It's 6 p.m. here in the mountains. You know what that means.
Present here. Hello.
Sunday night Tool Talk live here at the Den of Tools. With me and the missus, we got a Labrador here. Labra.
Oh,
Labrador.
she's distracted.
Come here. Come here. Well, give it to me then.
Oh my gosh, you almost took out the back of your neck there, baby.
All right, Labrador. Let's see who's in the house. We got first with Di. Di is first. What does she win?
Hey, Di.
Frank Landgraf, Barbecue 76, Toolman, Pound Makita. I like it. He's been changing it. First of all, it started off as Makita, and then it was, what was it? It was like Makita Tools, and now it's Toolman Makita. I like that. Idia Razor, Daughter of Raw, of course. Princess Jamie's here as well. I just connected with Princess Jamie on Instagram. Great stuff. I'm stealing her Jeep. Let's see here. Blind Toolman is in the house. Frank Landgraf. Jesse, of course, co-streaming for some reason.
I couldn't touch the button to make it be quiet fast enough.
I'm going to guess it's Jesus Franco. James Anthony. Who else we got here? Jason Blair, of course, is here.
Hey.
Harbor Freight Reviews. And by the way, if you guys haven't checked it out, if you missed before I talked about it, Harbor Freight Reviews, he's got a new channel he started up where he's doing a bunch of reviews, going through the whole Harbor Freight lineup. Great common sense kind of stuff. Always love to see more people reviewing more tools, so be sure to check him out. Let's see here. James Anthony, Wolfbrain, I guess discussing what we had for dinner. We had meatloaf. Yes. I've been dying for meatloaf. And in our efforts to not be eating out and, do more things at home and whatnot, she was sweet enough to make me homemade meatloaf. And she even made it keto friendly with oats instead of, bread crumbs. And
I think you mean gluten-free.
And here's what I love. None of the kids liked it.
Nope.
But they all love meatballs.
Yep. So I can make, they're weird. Some of them don't like hamburgers. Okay, I feel like that's totally over there.
What's totally over where?
The camera. But I could be just totally wrong. Half of them, they don't like hamburgers. Almost all of them like the meatballs. And the last time I made them, I put them in the pho, the soup, and they thought that was great.
Of course they do.
It's the same ingredients. Literally the same stuff.
It's kind of like Mexican food. It's all the same thing, just in different proportions. Daughter of Raw had grilled hot dogs and asparagus.
Ooh,
boy, that is some blue collar or I should say redneck with some putting on airs. I love asparagus.
High class.
But the thought of hot dogs and asparagus. I mean, it's probably awesome.
Well,
I know I sound like a real snob saying that, but
she said they had grilled hot dogs and asparagus with pan-fried potatoes.
Pan-fried potatoes are the bomb.
Yeah. I did do a breakfast scramble, which everyone ate this morning, and the super picky one, Eleanor, had seconds, so that was weird.
Sorry.
How do you do your pan-fried potatoes, Daughter of Raw? You don't have to tell me here, but, shoot me an email. I'd love to know.
Who else we got here? We talked about James Anthony. Steven's in the house.
Hey, Steven.
Joe Smith and Friends Network are mod number 1. Be sure to check out his channel as well. Let's see here. Javier Estrada is here. Anybody else?
Hang on.
What?
I have to do it before they get lost.
Oh, my gosh.
Javier Estrada with the $2 super chat. DeWalt is overhyped.
That's for sure.
So everyone cover your ears or hit mute or excuse yourself for a moment. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Javier.
Thank you.
And
hold on. I just have to comment on this username. Armed ASMR. That's awesome. Go ahead.
Yes. And I don't know what's going on. I have taken my allergy pills, but I swear it feels like there's an entire feather duster tickling my nose. So I apologize.
It's the rain that stirs up a lot of pollen and stuff. It's been raining all day. Just not like cats and dogs, just this constant, I would call it a high level drizzle, low level rain. We have meh question mark. Meh? Says hello from Montana. Well, hello back from Montana.
Where are you in Montana? Oh, look, we're having streaming issues.
And I just rebooted the router.
Children?
And everything else. I would, go yell at the children.
Don't let me forget, Terry, I did see your super chat, and I am going to shout you out in just a second.
Princess Jamie says, cute ears, where'd you get them? Well, thanks. I was born with them, and I think I got them more from my dad's side of the family. Maybe my mom. They're kind of a mix, really. We probably shouldn't talk about that here with the wife's around. Anyway.
That's right. I'm totally willing to rent him out for a reasonable rate. Wait, what were you saying? Sorry.
Princess Jamie was commenting that you have cute ears.
Thank you. Eleanor informed me, Mom, actually, those are my ears.
Are they?
So,
you're
yes,
an ear thief.
Apparently. But,
Ada Riser says, good evening to the Den of Tools.
Did you miss the whole thing where I said to Terry that I'd be right back?
I'm
back now.
I know it's going to take you a while to get into it,
so
I
it's
was
super
trying
chat
to...
time for me.
Tony says hello from Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, my goodness. Terry, with the $5 super chat, says, hi, all. Test on heart results. Need 2 stents put in July 10th.
Oh, my gosh.
I am super sorry that is the result.
Well, I would like to say, we're sorry that you're going to have surgery, but thank goodness they've caught whatever the issue is and they're taking preventative measures, because having it treated ahead of the problem is much better than getting, rushed in for a heart attack or something like that.
Yep. And my father had stents put in, so I totally know exactly not what you're going through, but I have been down a similar road. So I am so sorry that you have to go in. And I'm going to write down July 10th. That's the day you're going in. So you will definitely be in our hearts and our prayers until then. And please reach out to us. I know a number of people that I know have gone in for things and it's just taken extra long. So hopefully you have Wi-Fi and just reach out to us and say, hey, I'm stuck, or it went great.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Oh, I almost forgot to ding. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah, don't give me the squinty face.
No.
Terry, thank you so much.
Frank says he loves Meatloaf. Blind Toolman says corner cleaning before Halon gets here. Halon, is your phone ready? Let's see here. As James said, none of the kids liked it, just that much more for the bear. Yes, I'm thoroughly stuffed.
Yep.
Joe, that was wrong. Brett's in the house. Hey, Papa Bear. Hope you and Mama Bear are good. We're doing great. We've had a great week. Feeling very blessed and just having a great time. Steven says, was work by myself in my department for 4 hours today and apparently did $8,000 in sales. You go, man.
Wow.
Joshua Delgado. Hey. He said, hey, Bear, when will the new battery from Bauer, when will they be bringing out the new battery? Let me know. I think Harbor Freight has nice tools. Okay, let's keep this family friendly here. And, okay, a kid. I actually just had a fairly decent conversation. They've got a new contact guy for me over at Harbor Freight. I think there's going to be a new guy who's going to be focusing more on just social media kind of stuff. So I can still talk to the guy I know, the contact I've had for a long time. He's a great guy, but he gets really busy. He's as it is with people like him, he's had success there and he's moving up, which means more work for you. Yeah. And so the new guy was really good. I don't want to mention his name or out anybody there, but he's been real awesome about getting back to me. Here's what he told me. He said they are still shooting for August for the Bauer battery release. So for those of you in the Bauer lineup, that's good news. In fact, and I will be one of the first ones trying to get one of those. We're going to do some testing on it. On top of that, the Cubs decided they wanted to make some money this summer, so they've started their own lawn care business. We had the 40-volt stuff from Lithelli. We had the 40-volt stuff from Hart, and then we actually went out and purchased a Hart mower. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have a video in a couple weeks here after we've gotten some miles on it. I can tell you at this point that the 40-volt, the other stuff, the blower and the trimmers and all that, fantastic, just fantastic. And the mower, then you could mow at night with this thing and not disturb the neighbors. Yeah. Unless they're like super, super creepy, light sleepers, always watching kind of stuff. It is stunningly quiet. Yeah. But But the one problem is the 40-volt trimmer is too powerful for the younger cubs. It just, if they sit it on high, it'll break windows 2 doors down. It'll throw rocks that far. So I'm thinking about getting the Bauer trimmer and letting the smaller cubs use that one. So anyway, and then of course, if we do that, we're going to need the extended life battery for that.
Yep. And we are obviously going to the jobs and, making sure everything is going well.
Barbecue 76 says, guess what I barbecued this weekend? Trick question, nothing. Took the family to BJ's. Is that the, I don't know, is it different? The only BJ's I know is the pizza place.
They do have pizza, but I would not describe it as a pizza place.
I thought pizza was the core of their menu.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
I think he's delusional.
I like that place. The Cubs love going there.
Yeah, and they always have the Pizookie cookie thing with ice cream that everybody gets totally excited about. And
Shaun of the Dead is offering to send us his meatloaf recipe.
I would totally love that. It's Mrs. DeBear at denoftools.com, right?
Yeah.
I always
Mrs. D-A Bear at denoftools.com.
Jesus Franco with another $2 super chat. He says, "Hey Bear, is your arm sore from the chop fit?"
Oh, you have no idea, man. That thing will give you a workout. It really will.
3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. I think Bella thinks that she's actually like a racehorse, and that dinging means that she should just go off to the races.
It sets her off. It really does. I rang the whatchamacallit, the cowbell, trying to wake up the oldest boy this morning, and she went bonkers.
Yep.
So let me see here. Let's get to. So Antonio, my bad, says, "Evening, Jeff and Jesse."
Hey.
And let's see here. Whoa, stop jumping on me there. Come on.
Getting all crazy.
Why you
getting
do that
all
to
crazy?
Me? Hiram's in the house. Well read. I got the Hammerhead Heart multi-tool, and it's might not be the greatest alloy of stainless steel, but it's good for the price. And Ader says, if I'm not pronouncing your name right, A-T-I-R. Ader.
Ow.
Maybe do a phonetic thing so I'm not mangling it every time. Says, good evening. My voice cracks. Good grief. Gary says, good afternoon. It's that time of day again. It certainly is. Yeah. Crazy says, are you religious? Yes, I am quite Christian. The non-denominational, slightly evangelical. We gotta go, but we attend church and that sort of thing. And let's see here.
Bella has punctured the squeaker, so she keeps chomping on the plastic, trying to get it to make noise.
So I'm trying to catch where I was here. Hey, everyone, we got a lot of new people in here. Don't forget, as it says at the top up there, it says type in at the Den of Tools. That makes it show up literally as an orange blurb, just like that. And when you do that, we'll actually read your comment. Can't read all the other comments because a lot of you guys, you spend time chatting back and forth with each other, which is perfectly cool. And, have a good time doing that. But we only read the comments that are at the Den of Tools. And we will read all of them. So don't have to repeat yourself. Don't say it like 4 or 5 times because it gets annoying. It makes me distracted because I think like, hey, did I read that or did I not read that? And it'll just waste a bunch of time. Of course, we read, super chats and all that too. And, and any of the other ones I happen to stumble across that look interesting. James says, anyone else getting buffering loads on this stream? It looks like we did have some early on. Hopefully it has caught up. Antonio's left my ass with the cute ears. Smart ass remark. Who, me? Being a smart ass? No. Frank says, is the 4th of July live stream in lieu of the Sunday night? I was going to actually ask you guys what you would prefer. Do you think we should do 2 live streams, or do you think we should just do the Saturday night one? There's a
reason why he's not asking me.
Well, she's going to say we should do both. I know your response, and my thought by default is that we should do both because some people aren't going to be able to make it Saturday night. And I'll tell you the reason we're doing the Saturday night one is because I know that first off, a lot of people are not going to be able to go out on Saturday night because of fireworks related issues. Whether it's PTSD, they don't like loud noises, they don't like crowds.
They don't like COVID.
They don't like COVID. They know people are going to be out and drinking and being a little crazy. They don't like gunshots falling from the sky. All that sort of thing. I totally get it. So we thought we would be here to be with you, to entertain you through the evening as best we can. But I don't want to take away from the Sunday crowd who counts on us being here every Sunday. So let me know what you think. You're like, just do one or do both, or, live stream every night. It's not going to happen, just so you know.
Oh, yes. Barbecue 76 is having a rant that I would have. And I have seen that you have written the same comment a few times. We just haven't gotten to it.
Okay. I'm going to scroll you to, there's your chat. Now you are live. And I'm going to go over here. I've got mine.
Suck.
What? You're all live. That's what you like.
Barbecue 76.
Give you what you want. You complain about it.
I think the bell sets off more than the dog. Yes, it is.
Buster Dove says, what's the best mini cordless saw like the Roto saw? Oh. Probably the Milwaukee M12 version. It's probably do they have a fuel version of it? It's probably the best out there. But, it doesn't take much for one of those saws to do the kind of work that you do with those things. So you could probably get away with, I'll be honest, I would highly recommend going corded if you can. Stuff like that, routers, sanders, anything that's constantly running that has a long runtime kind of stuff, it's going to chew through battery.
I super appreciate when you guys let us know that we are buffering. Can I ask a teeny tiny favor? If you can just put a timestamp when you write that.
Yeah.
I know that we do also get messages from the moderators and other friends who are watching, so that helps us too. But if you are letting us know that it's buffering, just give us a little timestamp, like in parentheses or something, just so if we don't see it right away, that we have a idea when it happened.
Barbecue 76 is $150 for mostly appetizers and salads and a couple other things. I will not be going back there. Do you know how much I could have bought for the barbecue with $150?
Barbecue, yes, I know. Mm-hmm.
Yep. As I said, the Cubs like that place. Me, I don't think the pizza's all that fabulous. It's decent. It's not the worst pizza I've ever had. But it's not like, hey, I'm never the one who says, hey, I want to go there. It is always the family going, we should go there. The only upside to me is that sometimes we can sit in or near the bar and I can watch the game.
We have a new member.
Fred Hill.
Yes.
Fred.
Welcome. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Fred. For those of you who don't know, Fred there, he became a member of the Den of Tools. It's like Patreon, but it's built into YouTube. That's how you get the little bear behind your name. Everyone there who's got a bear behind their name, they're actual members of the Den of Tool. They support us on a monthly basis. If you're interested, there should be a link in the video description. Let's see here. Javier says, my U.S. General box went down the driveway. Luckily, I caught it before it hit the street. I forgot to set the brakes. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank goodness for that one. Crazy says, I need a good circ saw under $100. Any recommendations? Are you talking cordless or corded? And do you have a preference for right or left blade? And Brad's Workbench says, congrats on the 100K. We didn't hit 100K, did we?
I don't think so.
No, we're at 93.1. I guess we're getting close. Brad's getting his shots in first. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you. We will note that you said it first.
Hey, long time no see, man. How's it going? How are things?
He says made you look, but getting close.
Yeah.
Nice. Aha. For a second, we're both like, did we really miss that milestone?
I was wondering. I'm like, how'd that happen? Let's see here. Y-Pop's in the house. How's it going?
Hey.
Sorry, not here much lately. It's summer and the igloo has melted, so camping in a tent. I totally get it, man. Summer, these things happen. You go away, you come back. You're always welcome here. So, let's see here. Matt says Cobalt or Husky. I would say Cobalt. Frank says I cut the grass with my new lawn tractor, now down to 1,000 per use. That's it. You gotta break down those monetizations.
So I know that you were catching up, and I don't want to get you super behind, but so far what I've seen is most people are saying both nights.
See, now you're not supposed to read ahead like that.
That is exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Zeph says, I just got a Harbor Freight advertisement for joining your live stream. Yeah, there's been a lot of Harbor Freight advertisements on the channel lately. Ronald says, the weather is affecting your stream. A lot of buffering going on. You know, that actually could be it too, because our connection is wireless. So it's based on an antenna. And if there's a lot of rain hitting the antenna and stuff and buffering it or pelting it, it can change the connectivity.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So I thought I was going crazy too when Fred Hill joined, because I'm like, I thought Fred Hill already was a member, but he updated his payment info. So thank you again for still being a member and for updating your payment information. I think because the old one
because it reloaded
working.
it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anthony says, hey, Bear Family did bacon wrapped meatloaf in the smoker today.
Brilliant minds. You totally had that idea.
That I actually suggested doing that, but it was raining.
Raining cats and dogs and llamas and alpacas and
everywhere. It was ugly. TNT Rock says, how good are the Icon screwdrivers? I have the Quinn diamond tip, but kind of want the storage ability of the Icons. I have only actually held the Icon ones at the SEMA show. I've not used them, so all I can do is kind of that overview thing of looking at the quality and stuff. They look fantastic. They really do. And the storage stuff, I get it. I love it when stuff... Sorry, the dog just coughed up a cat or something behind us. Oh, anyway.
We're obviously very professional and on the ball.
We're both like, oh, please don't. Anyway, and I get the whole storage thing because I love it. Anything comes in a storage, like a...
It's mine.
No, we're talking like tray inserts for in the...
Oh, yeah, not mine.
You don't care about that stuff.
Not as much. Fred Hill, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, okay, see if this works. It totally does work. Thank you very much. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing.
And cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Not wild turkey tonight.
He's drinking water.
It's water. First person to guess gets a
virtual hug.
25% off coupon to Harbor Freight.
At some point we should talk about my amazing garage sale find that didn't come home with me.
Oh, that's absolutely terrible.
You're a goofball.
I bought it for mixing. I thought, well, I'll just try it straight. No, it's for mixing. Oh, that was heinous.
I love you.
Jan says, howdy from hot Atlanta. 90 degrees here today and really humid. Oh, I like Atlanta in the springtime, maybe winter. Harold Salisbury says, hi, y'all. Anybody notice the Harbor Freight stores is not restocked as well as they were a month ago? Yes, and I did have a chat with them about it, and here's what they said, because before what we'd heard was that they'd had an issue with one of their distribution centers was down, and that distribution center is back up and functioning. The issue is their sales are off the charts. He said basically their stores are reporting record sales, and they can't keep stock fast enough. Now, part of that problem is that they use like the typical, just-in-time supply chain that most stores use. But if you buy fast enough, it outstrips that supply chain. And I think they're hesitant to up the supply chain to a faster method because they figure it's not going to last. It's just a knee-jerk reaction from the whole COVID thing.
Hey, Frank Landgraf, welcome to the Bear Den.
Wow. Go on.
Bing, 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 bing. That was totally the wrong channel.
Hi.
Someone got shaved.
So thank you for becoming a new member, Frank. And I love that your face is your icon. A lot of times it's like, an image or something. So thank you so much. Javier Estrada with the $5 super chat. Mrs. DeBear, I sent an email with a coupon on a miter saw at Harbor Freight. Thank you so much. I will go check my email. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you, Javier. Hey, you're making my windows
I moved
be all
over.
crazy,
I moved
crazy.
it over here.
And Shaka with the $2 super chat. I am so surprised by your message tonight, Shaka. Ryobi is 1,000% trash. Complete crud. Hands down.
Wait, hold on. Chaka doesn't like Ryobi?
It's new. I know. You guys should mark this on the calendar. We are learning new information tonight. Shaka doesn't
Mind
like
blown.
it. So thank you so much, Shaka. Super appreciate it.
Toolman Makita says, would buy Black & Decker blower. I've used one. For cleaning off the sidewalk after like mowing and stuff, they're decent. If you've got to really get stuff gone, if you got like leaves or even wet leaves, probably not the one to get. For basic cleaning up after yard work, they do just fine. Let's see. Brett says, question, I've heard that lithium battery on a recharger can remain on the charger until needed. The older batteries need to be removed after charging. Any thoughts? Yes. So here's the deal. You can't just ram current into a lithium battery. It will catch on fire. So these chargers are supposed to be smart chargers where they go, oh, it's full, I should turn off. The question is, how good is that circuit? I think on most brands that we talk about here on the channel, you're probably fine. But if you're getting some like off-brand replacements, knockoff stuff, or you're getting some no-name, brand via, what do you call it, Amazon or whatnot, I would probably be hesitant. If it uses like the wall wart kind of adapter where it just plugs in, like have I released that video? I'm not sure if I released that video.
Maybe just be quiet.
Well, anyway, there's one where there's a battery where it's a barrel style plug and it plugs into it. And if that's the case, no, I would not just leave that plugged in all the time because I doubt that it has the capacity, the smarts, if you would, to really know when to shut that thing off.
So I'm trying to look at the email that you sent, Javier, and it's not loading. So
Okay.
I will look again. Matthew Bean, hey, I love that hat and shirt. 199 super chat says, hot dog. I finally figured this super chat deal out. Yes, you did. Thank you so much. And I keep bending my fingernail backwards. Oh, and we're buffering.
We're doing
thank
so
you
well.
so much, Matthew. And it's great to see you tonight. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
Craftsman Dude says, I've got an 81 Johnson 25 horsepower that blew a head gasket. Has a lot of rusty bolts holding it on. Do you have any good recommendations to get the bolts out without snapping them? You start with penetrating fluids. Then you work your way up to heat. If you're trying to save the bolts, penetrating fluid, then heat and cold, heat and tapping, and then the next thing you're doing is drilling them out.
Blind Toolman, hey, $5 super chat. Says for Fly Swatter Fund.
Hold on, the hound needs to go outside.
Okay, let me ding and
Pacing
then.
back and forth.
Thank you so much. 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding.
Griff, are you taking her out?
Huh?
Are you
Take
taking her
Bella out.
outside?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blind Toolman. Bing, 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 bing. You were awesome for the Fly Swatter Fund. And Steven has joined.
What do you mean the Fly Swatter Fund?
Yes, that is what he said. It's for the Fly Swatter Fund. $5. It's for swatting the flies around you.
Or it's from the other one. I told him about that little zapper fly swatter. And slapped you
No,
on the
it is
butt.
not for that one. It is not for the Electrocute Your Wife in the Butt Fund. That's not happening. Steven, thank you for joining. New member.
New member. That's great.
Steven
Hey.
Deswan.
Hey,
Bing, bing, bing,
Steven.
bing, bing, bing. Okay, Ricky's probably hating that. Sorry. Thank you for joining. And I love the picture that you have of you and Daughter of Ra. Seriously, get away from me. Fred Hill, $2 super chat. Amp hour, does 1 amp hour equal 1 hour? Put that away or you will be banned from the internets for the evening. And you'll be unable to play with your friends.
Sorry, what was the question?
Amp hour, does 1 amp hour equal 1 hour?
My understanding is that 1 amp hour at base, at basic, expected draw, it should be 1 hour of runtime.
I'm going to go feed the dog. That's what I think her issue is. Jeff Tui says, howdy from Bozeman. Air conditioner on yesterday, heater on today. Gotta love Montana. That is so true. Montana.
Yeah, it was a scorcher early yesterday. And then some rain showers finally kind of came in. Actually, Jeff, we were actually not too far past you. We talked about we've been looking at buying land, and about the only affordable land that I've seen that's reasonably close to here is up in north of Three Forks. So the Cubs and I, actually the boys, just the two boys and I, got in the truck. The girls were off doing something else. They were over in Columbus, I think. They're opposite direction. So we motored up to Three Forks and then north from there to look at some land and saw some great stuff. It's it's going to take a lot of work. The things we got to figure out is, is access through easement? Is it do we have straight access? Is there water availability? And the real question is, how accessible is it in the winter? Because a lot of it, I know they were saying like ATV and snowmobile only in the winter. So that could be an issue. But anyway, great to see you, man. Let's hear. Craftsman Dude says, I just read that. Terry says, DeWalt may be overhyped, but Ryobi is underbuilt. Rodney says, hey, Jeff and Jesse, did you get my letter yet? I did not. But we will let you know as soon as we get it. Barbecue 76 says, I think the bell sets more than a dog. Matt says, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Tool Bear. Boy, my reading's just off tonight. And where was I? Oh, come on, chat. Catch up. Here we go. Joe Harper says, did you read that? I think I did. Cobalt or Husky, we talked about. Thumbs up, everyone. JMO says, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Bear. Gene Kelly says, Rodney says, I like the new Toolmox video. Well, it's something people talk about all the time. They want to get an idea of what are all the ones out there. If you haven't seen it, we did a video talking about the rolling portable Toolmoxes, kind of like the Milwaukee Packout system and the other competitors to it. Some high-end ones, some low-end ones. Antonio says, I think you should do both live streams. Okay. Steel Fan says, what cordless system would you recommend for a home shop DIY dad for the woodworking and lawn work? I think base level, if you're looking for budget, Hart and Ryobi. If you're looking for prosumer, high-end prosumer, I would say Cobalt, and mid-level prosumer, something in the middle would be Bauer. The Ronald says, BJ's down here in Central Florida. BJ's is like Costco or Sam's. Mako Shark says, I have Milwaukee with tired 18-volt NiCad batteries. Is there another battery I can use? There are third-party batteries you can buy. They sell them on Amazon. I think that's what you're asking. Or if you're asking, I don't know if there's a converter to convert that to the lithium. But I don't know. There probably is. Let's see here. Donna Ross says, I can be here for one or both. Oh, awesome. Frank says he would love both. Matt says both nights might be partying with the hillbilly neighbors on the 4th, might not.
Apparently we're
Blind Toolman says, both please, no need to read or feel. Thank you. Matthew says, howdy y'all. And Brett says, Star Spangled Banner ears. She was going to wear this tonight, but she can't find them.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything with them.
Allegedly. We have yet to find them.
Speaking of things that I do have to apologize for, I really am sorry.
I knew you were going to say that.
About that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really terribly sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I did a bad thing.
Yep.
So bad.
Yep.
The Matthew says, howdy y'all. I think I already read that. What's the worst power tool you've ever bought? Oh, that's a good question. What's the worst? I don't know. The old Harbor Freight circular saw was pretty bad. But that's not the worst. I can remember a tool that I bought that wouldn't even do, because that one didn't last. I can remember, what did I buy that just did not do the job? Oh.
I'm trying to think of tools where we bought it and it like broke the first time we used it.
Yeah. So, and power tools expressly. Where's power tool? Give me a bit. Let me think on that. I'm terrible when put on the spot and that kind of stuff. Where's power tool I ever bought?
So this is the coupon that was sent, and he said, "Have you seen it for less?"
Yeah, it should go. $300 is the buy it price. Check Harbor Freight coupon database for that.
Okay.
Bear One says there is Coca-Cola on your shirt. Don't I spill again? And let's see here. Michael. Hey, Michael's in the house. Hey, kids. So far, so good. Greetings from Virginia Beach. I bet Virginia Beach is nice this time of year. Shaun of the Dead says, finally heading home tonight after being on the road since Memorial Day weekend. Should be home tomorrow afternoon, hosting our first 4th of July barbecue potluck with the neighbors. That's awesome.
That is super
Good for you. Armed ASMR says, my first tool talk, I'll be making ASMR with my first power tool set, the Ryobi 6-piece, and talk about my first projects, mailbox, yard work, friend's chicken coop. You're a big help. First time I read that, I was like, friend's chicken soup. I'm like, he's making chicken soup? That sounds tasty.
Like, that's right, he's making chicken
Well, good luck, and good luck with the channel, man. And Dwayne says, good evening all, both nights. Excellent. Look, I think at this point it's pretty clear that the wife needs to turn her phone off and that we will be doing both nights.
Nice. And Terry, $2 super chat says, you're very blurry, or I'm drunk. Anyone else think that we're blurry? Are we blurry to anyone else? Has everyone been drinking the same stuff?
I have to say, I am feeling slightly blurry, but...
It also looks like we're totally paused.
Hold on. I had some issues with the webcam. Let me check something here. That says we're running at 1920 by 1080, so...
Maybe you've been drinking, Terry. Maybe you've been drinking.
I have been.
Or maybe we should all be drinking.
That's true.
And Barbecue 76, $5 super chat says, no, you didn't get to bring it up and then not tell us. What did you do? And I don't think he's talking to me. I think he's talking to you. I'm going to do the bell. I'm going to do a little dingy ding. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Take it away. He's pretending he can't say anything because he's drinking right now.
Oh, that tastes like...
I forgot to mention that that's actually nail polish remover. Now,
I've tasted nail polish remover. It tastes better than that. So I will say this. It involves Kool-Aid. How about that?
That sounds terrible. That sounds like Jonestown. That sounds horrible. You have to explain yourself.
It was almost Jonestown, let's be honest.
It was gross.
So I promised the kids this summer that we would have Kool-Aid on a hot day. They've never had actual Kool-Aid. Turns out the missus has never had actual Kool-Aid. Hold on, I got to sit up. I'm sliding down in this chair.
Where's my drink?
Right in front of you.
It's all the way... No, that's a cup with ice in it. Thank you. Did you poison this one?
Not yet. Stop licking. Come here. You want to say hi?
She's like, Mom fed me, and I'm excited, and so now I'm gonna
Not
get
in the
it.
face.
Now I'm gonna get in your lap. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
You want to fight? You want to fight? Come on. Bring it.
She's like, I'm gonna win, Dad.
Yeah, she is.
She's like, I'm gonna win with my cuteness and everything.
Oh, so slobbery.
Don't.
That's for you. So anyway, she'd never had Kool-Aid, and she was super excited. Apparently, I didn't know that she was super excited, and
Somebody said we're going from bright and blurry to normal and not blurry on my screen.
oh, you know what it is?
Is it the lights?
It's me having the screen up, because when I have that screen up, it's more white.
Oh, okay.
And it reflects back on us. So I'll make a compromise and do that. Maybe we can make it even smaller here. Make it more narrow. There we go.
Yeah.
So anyway, she'd never had Kool-Aid. She was kind of iffy about it, to be honest. Mm-hmm. She was like, I don't know how to make Kool-Aid. You have to make the Kool-Aid.
That is exactly what I said.
Like, it's so difficult. And so I thought it'd be clever. So we've got this really nice mixer, this blender. It's a
Vitamix.
Vitamix. Thank you. We needed a pitcher, and there's a pitcher, and it mixes. I'm a smart bear. And so she makes some in the pitcher, and everyone has some. Of course, the little girl, I don't like it because
Because she doesn't like stuff.
That's her thing right now. She doesn't like stuff. Somebody, though, really liked it and thought it was like crack in a cup. Mm-hmm. And that would be her. So anyway, we stayed up a little bit later. She had a sugar crash, went to bed early. I'm going to bed. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in the kitchen rinsing out a glass, and I look over, and there's like half an inch of Kool-Aid in the bottom of the mixer, still sitting there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I should wash the whole thing out, but I'm exhausted. So I've got a cup with soap and water in it. So what do? I just pour it in there. It'll soak. It'll dissolve all the Kool-Aid. It'll be fine.
Dissolve Kool-Aid.
Well, keep it from like staining the glass of the pitcher, the plastic of the pitcher, whatever.
That's not how that works at all.
Yeah, it kind of is. No. And so I pour it in there. I go to bed. Somebody else gets up first. I was looking to see if your little hate note was still around here. So
I love how you say it's a hate note.
She's leaving first thing in the morning to go off with her friend. Go to garage sales and whatnot. And I'm still asleep. And she sees what looks to be a whole cup of Kool-Aid. Yep. Now she was the last one who poured it. She knew the Kool-Aid was gone.
Okay, but I went to bed.
You knew the Kool-Aid was gone. You knew it was gone.
You guys made more. It was early in the morning.
We didn't have more of that flavor to make.
I know that now.
You knew that because you bought it.
I forgot.
She drank it. How did it taste?
Very much like soap.
I'm really sorry. But if you didn't say bad words, I wouldn't have to wash your mouth out.
Nice.
No, I was really, really, really sorry about that.
My mouth really thinks it tastes disgusting right now.
And yet she still made more Kool-Aid and drank that. You have a Kool-Aid problem. I've created a Kool-Aid feed. Okay, we're far behind. I got to catch up here. Let's see here. Dwayne Larson says both nights. Ronald says, I got 40 on the nose. Bella makes it. Long live Sears, says the Craftsman dude. Sears is not Sears anymore, dude. And Craftsman's not Craftsman anymore. And we're all sorry about that. Fred Hill says, I've updated my payment. Okay, we talked about that. Y-Pop says, do they still make dual saws? I was just thinking that the other day. I have not seen one in a long time. I'm sure somebody still makes them, but they're not popular. Joe Harper says, are the Mac tool bits any good? Did you try them yet? I have not tried them yet. And Michael says, have an actual question for you. Found out that the adjustable clutch on a cordless drill is not the same thing as an impact driver. Got a Bauer driver this week and it works well. Did I miss the actual question? Was there a question there, Michael?
We got lost.
Oh, he goes, so here's the question. I found it. So the question is, what am I missing in terms of the difference? You're the clutch when it comes to an impact driver. There are impact drivers out there that have like a digital clutch, like they're set to like stop when it senses that it reaches the flush level. And honestly, like the Cobalt I have is pretty good at that. It's kind of creepy. It's so good. The adjustable clutch on the drill driver is, it's just that. It's so that you cannot, you can prevent over torquing on stuff. On an impact, they just assume you're trying to torque away.
Fred Hill with the $2 super chat. Had to return my Olight. Bad laser.
Oh.
They get Monday? I think you mean you're getting a new one. They're giving you a new one on Monday? I don't know. Or maybe you meant that you got on Monday. So I am super sorry to hear that. But I'm glad that you were getting a new one.
Let me know how that goes. I want to hear and be sure that their customer service is on par with everything else I've heard from them.
Fred Hill, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
Princess Jamie says the Doyle line at Harbor Freight deserves consideration. Going to try it more of their line this week. I have several Doyle tools, and I've got Doyle. I've got some Klein. I've got channel locks. I've got Tecton. I've got some old vintage kind of tools. I would put Doyle right in there in the mix, especially at that money. Nick Hoffman in the house for the Emperor.
Funny that you say that because he just did a super chat for $1.
Oh, did he?
Thank you so much, Nick. I'm gonna bing for you. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
Bear One says Alpaca Lips. It's a joke from game season I had last night. Being a Russian confused about apocalypse, thinking that they said alpaca lips are a pack of lips. Nice. Fred Hill says new, not my credit card. Ran out of money, so I had to load a new card. We understand. But we thank you for supporting the channel. That's awesome. Just the same. Matt says, I went out to see if my AC unit needed to be cleaned, and there was a moose corpse stuck in the fan grill. Don't know how he managed that.
What?
Oh.
Wow.
Princess Jamie says, is it Strike Spirits Clear Rum? Princess Jamie wins. It is. She knows. She and I are like alcohol related.
Yep. You guys are like siblings.
Yeah.
From...
It is.
Yep.
Discount rum, and I bought it to make pina coladas with, and I was too lazy to make pina coladas, so I thought, I'll just try it straight, see how bad it is. It's pretty bad. Barbecue 76 says my first thoughts are vodka or Bacardi. It's very rarely going to be vodka for me. I'm not a huge vodka fan. I like vodka.
He's not a huge vodka fan.
Andrew says, good evening. I hope everyone is doing well. And Barbecue 76 says, I almost forgot you also like your rum, so some kind of clear rum.
I would not be showing.
If I'm drinking rum straight, if I'm buying it to drink it straight, it's going to be a dark rum or a spiced rum or anything other than a light rum. This is Coral Bay premium imported rum. I said I got it for mixing.
This was not a paid advertisement.
No. And if you are going to mix it, it's totally fine. We have used it for mixed drinks. It's totally fine for that.
Yep.
That's about it. Oh, and probably, maybe, I don't know, lighting something on fire with.
Do not encourage people.
No.
Nope. Mm-mm.
We read that one.
I was going to say Javier Estrada with the $5 super chat. Says, I miss going to Sears and walking through the craftsman department, especially the lawnmower section. Yeah. I bought one 17 years ago. Still runs strong.
That's great.
Thank you. $5 super chat. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you so much. And I just realized that Nick Hoffman, you did another $1 super chat, and I didn't see it. So I am so sorry. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. I have a lot of bangs happening in my life.
So Crazy finally responding to the comment before. He was asking for a good recommendation for a circ saw. He wants a left-handed corded circ saw. I believe you said under $100. I'm a big fan of Makita. I'm not sure. I think it's over $100 though. Who else does? I've had good luck with the rigid circ saws. So do they have one that's left-handed? I don't remember because I had one before, but it was a right-handed one. And the other thing I would look into is Milwaukee corded via Direct Tools. Direct Tools is TTI's, their factory clearance, scratch and dent center kind of thing. So I'd check out Direct Tools for that. If you get one of those, that would be a great buy. Let's see here. Michael says, with the lithium cells, there usually is a bit of electricity built into the cell packs that limits current, disconnects if the voltage goes too high or low. Yes. And that's if you have good cells. But again, like on the cheap stuff we're talking about, I've seen ones where the fuse built into the cell is fake. It's not really a fuse. DR Falcon in the house. Howdy, guys and gals. Microsoft asked the bear what software he uses. Software for what? For this, we're using, what are we using? OBS. Is that right? Hold on. Streamlabs OBS is the streaming package that we use. Blind Toolman says, I see no lag. Ha 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 ha.
Love it.
Wow.
Where are
Okay.
you going there, honey?
I'm way behind, so I got to catch up here. We talked to Jeff. Tui Fred says, finally, yesterday I got my haircut after 6 months and shaved my beard off. Oh, that's got to feel light and refreshing. Rodney says hello to the Cubs. Mass says I was in Columbus, Montana yesterday.
Were you going to the town-wide garage sale?
So was the missus.
Yes.
Barbecue 76 says 5:30 buffering a bit. As you're aware, it's been happening since the start, but hey, we haven't lost you yet. Yeah, I just noticed that the winds have been pretty gusty. They pick up, they go away. They pick up, they go away. Wohawk's in the house. It seems that my battery platform, 20-volt Black & Decker, is being phased out, so being in the market for a quarter-inch impact is wanting another battery with USB. What budget-friendly line now? Heart. I just got the Heart, and it has a USB adapter. I was just showing it to the missus. Mike Schmidt says, Jeff, sent you a couple of emails the past week. Did you get them? I don't know. Sorry, I get a ton of emails, so I need, I sent you emails about this or about that, so, sorry.
Or you could CC me, and then I would remind you.
Yes. Frank says the rolling toolboxes are cool, especially the ones that have a rack to store them. And yeah, it's nice being able to, after you take them out, be able to put them back and put them someplace nice and neat.
Jesus Franco did a $2 super chat. It says, shot time. That's for you. Not for me.
I think he meant you. I wouldn't make you do this. This is terrible stuff.
Yep. I would say do a little. Yep. There you go. Thank you so much. $5 super chat. 3, 2, 1.
Arrgh.
I love you.
Jennifer Whitewolf. Jennifer Whitewolf's in the house. How you doing, Jennifer?
Hey.
Old NiCad batteries can have new cells installed. Yes, that's true. They can. You can do that. And Fred Hill says, bought the OLED flashlight green laser. It was on sale. The laser's bad. Oh, that's the one you read before. And Michael says, worst tool, an early Radio Shack cordless soldering iron. What a pile of... Yeah. Okay, I did have a soldering iron that I bought at... where was it? What's the big electronics place in Fry's? How about at Fry's? That thing was a piece of junk. That little Black and Decker screwdriver thing, that was junk. Trying to think what else. I don't know. I'll keep thinking. Bear One says I'm pixelated a bit. Are you blurry or fuzzy? Wohawk asks. And of course, Blind Tool Man says that I look good to him.
Thank you.
DR Falcon says, will 4 p.m. July 4th stream be your time? No, that's Eastern, EDT, Eastern Daylight Time.
Well, thank goodness you asked, because I was thinking it was our time.
It says right there, Eastern Daylight Time.
Okay, well, that's for people that read things. I was not reading that.
I understand if DR Falcon missed it, but you sitting right here in front of them, you're in timeout. Let's see here.
The children.
Yes. Fred Hill votes for both. Daughter Rob, Mrs. Bear, don't read this out loud. We just say Mr. Bear, don't read this out loud. Cute blue ears, sunglasses in the way.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm going to be right back.
Yes. Sounds good. So thank you for commenting on my sunglasses and my ears. Daughter Brother is reminding people to make sure that they tag them with @TheDenOfTools so that we know to read them. It says, Fred Hill says, when I was 19 and stationed overseas, a friend of mine was making me rum and coke. He didn't tell me he was using 151 rum. I got sick off my butt. Oh, I think I think there's many military stories that begin with. So one night we were drinking rum and Coke, and then, the rest of it digresses. So I'm sorry that you got so sick. That stinks.
Sorry, people were playing WWE on our bed.
Yep. Don't look at me. Wasn't me.
And Chan says, if you step away from the shine, the blurriness will go away.
Nice. Blind Toolman says, Jesse, I see it says 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got a Braille monitor if you need it. Thank you.
That's so
I
sweet.
appreciate that.
Toolman says, soda ain't good for you. Yeah. And so yeah, computer and breathing, all of it. Colin says, spilled Kool-Aid will attract ants like crazy.
Yes.
Yes, it will.
That's why I plan to never spill any, just to drink it.
Edwin says, sorry, but I need help. Should I buy the 1/2" or 3/8 cordless impact wrench and Cobalt Makita or Earthquake, please? Earthquake makes a great tool, but you're limited to the line because there's only the few Earthquake tools. Makita's fabulous. I love Makita. It's a bit pricey. Cobalt is a great prosumer brand. I know tons of people who've used it DIY. I even know guys who are pros who use the Cobalt stuff. So it's all basically where your budget is and what you need. Makita I would put on par with Milwaukee and such. I think you'd be happy with any of them, but I would only get the Earthquake if you're okay with being limited with that battery platform. And let's see here. Fred Hill goes, remember Tang? I love Tang.
I actually have some Tang. We have some Tang here. I love Tang.
And Team M6 says, how much do you make off YouTube? I did a whole video on that.
$1 million.
Yeah. I don't know what my current income is, but it fluctuates widely month to month. And was really bad over the whole COVID thing. People who are at home not working aren't buying tools. People don't buy tools, don't watch videos on tools. But it is our primary source of income. It's what we do full time here. And you can also go to Social Blade and you can enter in people's numbers and stuff, and you can figure that out there.
Excuse me.
Asylum says, I'm here. I was out of town for a week to Iowa for work. Helped to rebuild a place that was destroyed by a tornado. Oh, that's
no.
Well, it's Iowa. Having grown up in Iowa, Nebraska, and oh my gosh.
Hi.
Speaking of destroyed by a Labrador.
Oh my gosh.
The kids, we were talking about tornadoes the other day. Now they've never seen one, and they saw a video of what was probably a class 1, maybe 2 tornado, and they're like, "Wow, that thing was huge."
Oh my goodness.
And they're like, I wonder if it, at the end of the video, like, I wonder if that's an E5 or whatever. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
No. I said the big tornadoes, you can't even tell really they're tornadoes. It's just a giant wall of clouds.
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with her?
I was scratching her spot there on her shoulder. She likes.
Thanks.
Do you need to go outside? She wants to go outside again. She's probably hoping that it stopped raining.
Yes. I just thought you were trying to.
Anyway, so I showed him an
E5,
and is it E5? Is that what it is? EF or F? Yeah, F5, EF5. Yeah. Well, they keep changing the. Anyway, the point is, I showed them a video of it, and they were stunned by how big those things get. Michael says the wife has decided that my day will not be complete until I walk the pugs, so I'll be away from the terminal. Perhaps I can sign in later. Thanks for the answer. No worries, sir.
I have big news.
What's that?
I have handcuffs.
He has been waiting for those handcuffs.
He's been super waiting for them.
He's already been handcuffed to the chair, handcuffed to the couch.
Yep.
Handcuffed. Yeah. Anyway, it's.
This human right here did it.
Yeah.
Go sit down.
Next time you handcuff that.
Rodney says Justin did a review of the Mac RBRT bits that can remove or tighten the rounded off fasteners. Great view. Yeah, actually he did. I talked to Justin about that. And the guy who's behind that, it's actually a third-party company who sells via Mac. He contacted me and actually wanted to come on the channel. But between us moving and the other stuff, and I said, honestly, we don't really do that kind of guest kind of thing, because he wanted to come on and give a spiel about something. I'm like, no, I just want to basically test the tools and here's what I say. I said I test tools and then I give my opinion. And if you want to send them to me, I will test them and show people what I think. And apparently he was not interested in doing that. So not Justin, the guy who's the sales rep or whatever for those bits. Futon says, making wood cutting boards, what's the best way to put a juice groove in it? A plunge router, or is there a better way? Recommendations on a tool? Oh, I think you got to use a router. I'm trying to think. Anything else is going to be. I mean, yeah, there's other ways to do it. You could use a what do you call it? Like gouge, hand carving tools and do it. But the hand router is going to be, or the not hand router, but the plunge router is going to be the best way to do it.
Okay. I was thinking something else.
All right, let's see here. Why does it do that to me? Princess Jamie says, rum from a bottom shelf in a plastic bottle. Try some military special. Gross. It was not bottom shelf. It was second to bottom shelf. Mm-hmm. Guy YouTuber says, what tools do you use? Oh, all of them, man. Have you seen the channel? We use a ton of tools. Fred Hill says, I saw someone's rated warrior drill bits, blades, etc. They rated them as crap. Yeah, I mean, they're junk. They're disposable. And that's usually what I use them for. If I've got a job where I know it's going to just completely trash the blade and I don't want to use up a good blade on it, that's what I'll use. But for good stuff, the Bauer stuff's not bad. The Hercules stuff is excellent, but I'm always partial to Bosch. Barbecue 76 says was he finally responding, or are we finally getting to his response? Gary says it's hot in northwest Wisconsin. A good time to put tongue and groove pine in the basement. Oh, how I like my how I like my electrician for putting an outlet every 4 feet. Ceiling will be next. That must be nice, because that's one of the things we're missing here. We just realized the other day that we don't have any outlets on any outer walls. They're only on interior walls. And I sat there puzzled for a minute. And I went,
go ahead.
And it was like, oh, it's because they're stone. And it's literally lath and plaster right up against stone. So there's no room for an outlet. Donna Raw reminds everyone to make sure you type in @DenaTools so we see your comment and we read it.
It is 7:00.
It's 7:00. Is it time to rock?
Yep.
And that means it's time to adopt a mod where you can adopt your very own moderator. We have a vast selection of moderators to choose from. Everyone from Joe Smith and Friends to Jennifer Whitewolf, DR Falcon, Princess Jamie, and others. That's anybody with the cobalt blue wrench behind their name. And the point of this is that we've been very blessed, as almost 100K blessed. Actually, we're trying to get to 100K before the oldest cub goes back to Vegas for the rest of his summer with his mom. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It would be a huge thing, because his birthday is next week? Not this coming week, but the week after next. And we'd really like to do it before his birthday. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he'd be excited about it. But that said, back to the mods. We're very blessed, and we like to share those blessings with everyone else and help support the tool community as a whole. So we ask that you choose your favorite moderator, either by their icon or their name or their quippy responses, and go and check out their channel. In fact, if you are a mod and you have a channel, please comment on it down below, or not comment, but put a link if you can. It makes it easier for everyone to find your channel, because finding a channel, especially some of the smaller channels, can be a challenge on YouTube.
Yep.
Anyway, as a way to saying thank you for them doing all the work that they do here by answering questions that I don't get to, telling us that we're buffering, reminding people that we try to keep it family friendly around here, and just being awesome in their own right. As a way to say thank you, please go over there and check out one of their videos and give them a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff, and share the love. Who knows? Maybe you'll find another great channel to watch. What's the worst that could happen? And I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who is a channel member. That's the people with the little bear behind their name. And also everyone who supports us with the super chats each and every week. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting what we do here. Now, I'm way behind. Let me catch up here. Nick says, Collins axe sucks. Cold steel, Grands for Brooks, and homemade are the only good axe options. In my experience, this was meant as a super chat. Fred says, when I was 19 and stationed overseas, a friend of mine was making me rum and Coke.
that one.
He didn't tell me he was using 150 rum. I got sick off my butt. I bet that is wrong. Princess Jamie says, if you buy into the Milwaukee line, skip the 12-volt mini vac. Hot garbage. It is. It's just not enough power in that thing. Moving air takes a lot of power. That's what people don't. You okay?
Yes. Slipped on the dog's bed. And that's a doge.
I just saw it in the video, and I just saw him going. I was like, oh, yeah, that's going to end up badly. Jerry's. No.
Yes.
No.
Daughter of Ra said she might actually dance if we get 150 likes. Just
Really?
saying. That's pretty awesome.
Gary asks, how is that Harbor Freight scaffolding? I'll be honest, I've never even seen the Harbor Freight scaffolding. Oh, wait, no, I have. I've seen it in stores. I just never really paid attention to it because they kind of build it into the display. I've never really looked at it, I can tell you that much. It's not something... I probably should, though, considering the work we have to do on the house. That would be good.
That would be awesome.
If somebody has
actually.
tried the Harbor Freight scaffolding, let me know. I would like to know how it is. It is, I can tell you this much, it's yellow. I'm pretty sure. I think it's yellow.
Duncan?
Blind Tool Man says, Jesse, I see it says 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got a Braille mug. We read that one. Yep. Fred Hill says that was in 1977. Oh. And Bear One says, so one night we were drinking rum and Coke. The next thing you know, we had taken over half of Europe back from the Germans.
Nice.
It happens.
Michael Miller with a $5 super chat. You don't have a question, so I'm just going to ding-a-ling for your $5 super chat. But if you have a question, please mention it below. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you.
Zephyr says, did you show them how to WWE? Of course, I dropped the people's elbow from the top rope.
Oh my gosh.
Jennifer
Do not encourage any of them.
says, ding, ding, Lady Claire is doing fantastic, but Uma has an ear infection and need to see a vet. Oh my gosh. You know,
It's
you
never
get one
ending.
feeling better and the next one's like, but I want to go. It's my turn. Asylum's in the house. Hello, just got back from a work trip to Iowa. Missed you guys. Everyone's going to Iowa these days.
That's where all the cool people are.
Backwoods Mechanic says howdy and hi to everyone. Guy Tuber says, what power tools do you use? We talked about that. Rodney says that my chat jumped on me. On electric mower, Ego or Cobalt, recommendation for the trimmer blower. Ego probably makes one of the best mowers out there, but it's also one of the most expensive ones. The Cobalt ones, they're made by Greenworks, as I understand it. They're the same ones that are making the Harbor Freight ones. I hear they're excellent. Ryobi is a good selection. I like the Cobalt ones. I would go if you're, think about it. Who has all the tools you want at the price level you want?
That looks great.
And because for most small yards and stuff like that, you're probably gonna be fine.
Eleanor did a drawing.
Ow.
Sorry, I don't know if you can see that.
Eleanor did a thing.
The shirt says
My
I
f-
heart turtles because, and
And
there's
the-
a doggo in the back.
It says doggo. Here you go, princess.
There's a dog right there in fact.
Yep. And I know that I'm yawning a lot. I'm just having trouble sleeping, so.
Wohawk says, it is hot and muggy, you know what, in Ohio. Or not Ohio, in Iowa. I'm thinking that bit from Good Morning Vietnam. It's hot, damn hot.
Yep.
Edwin says, thanks. I did hear that the battery of the Makita is horrible because the connection yellow piece could break easily. Is that true? Because it's plastic and not metal. I have never had that experience with Makita. I've had Makita stuff on and off for decades. It's one of my favorite tool systems. I know, I'm sure somebody will chime in here to say that they hate Makita, or I'll leave that up to them. But that said, I've never had a problem with it. And on top of that, they make some of the best batteries, and they have some of the best chargers that actually cool the battery as it's charging. Frank says, time check, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
And Wohawk says, can we get some powder on all those bald heads? The glare is killing me. I know. The shaver got broken out this week. Jan says, I went to my local Lowe's yesterday. I couldn't find one single Cobalt XTR tool in the building. They are selling them as soon as they get them. Tony Ringtail in the house. Greeting, Mr. and Mrs. Bear. Currently finishing up training orientation for a new job. Finally. Going to be delivering goods for the Orange. And no, you can't borrow my truck. Aw. Bear One says, so how was my view on the Bauer pole saw? Good enough in detail and stuff? Bear, it was great. I'm going to be doing a video here on Yard Tool coming up. So if you don't know, if you have any questions for him, Bear One there just got the Bauer pole saw, and he's liking it so far. I know a lot of people have been waiting on that. Javier says, gotta go. Truck is making weird noises. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That is a super bummer.
I always hate that. And Princess Jimmy says, it's top of the hour. No, it's not. Well, that does tell me that I'm 10 minutes behind. Thank you. Throttle Power says, finally started my own channel and wanted to say hello to you from Throttle Power. Normally I say hello as Tim Brown. Tim, Throttle Power, awesome. Hey, everyone. Be sure to check him out. Go over there. New channels. Gotta share the love. Guy Tuber says, can I sand a car with an electric orbital sander? You can. You don't have to use an air sander. It depends. It's probably going to be more about the quality of the sander. That's a lot of sanding. You're going to be really careful as to some of the detail and stuff, especially, what kind of bends you have in the car. Make sure it has a good pad on it. And use good sandpaper, because that's really the most important thing. Donna Ross says, okay, I might actually dance if we get to 150 likes. And going back to what Guy said, I used to do some automotive paint stuff, and I always used an electric sander, and that was 30-some years ago. Where we go? Trolling for dollars. Bathroom light is on. Who left the bathroom light on? Who did it? Oh, it's off now.
No,
is it?
No, it's not. Hey, Reiner Rana. Sorry.
Guy's here. And let's see here.
Contain myself.
Guy asked, does Hypertough make good tools? They make usable budget tools. And I do appreciate the fact that they have a whole line of outdoor tools that are 40 volt that use the two battery system. I think that's great when companies do stuff like that.
Two batteries.
Okay, we're having a
WWE
someone rock
needs a
moment.
nap. Barbecue 76 says, as always, thanks for the shout out, and as always, I apologize in advance for those who check out what I've done.
No, you do great stuff.
Princess Jamie said, I just did a review on some USA made socket rails from Wesley Machine. I'm about to do a torture test this week on how well they hold sockets in place. What are you going to do? Strap them to the back of the Jeep and go off-roading? That would not be a bad test, really. Toolman Makita says, you should get a 7.2 Makita drill driver on eBay or for a kid. We were at an auction a few weeks ago, and one went up for sale, and I tried to buy it, and it ended up going for $35. I'm sorry, I would like to have it, but that dude was on crack. $35 for a 7.2. It had to be just for nostalgia, buying that thing. Frank says, the clan has some new haircuts. Jess is next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see, Fred says, go to YouTube on the More OK tornado or the Joplin, Missouri tornado, both EF5. I believe the worst one ever was the Joplin. I think that's the one I showed the kids was the Joplin one. Worst tornado is the ones at night embedded in those. I was explaining to them that the ones at night, because they always the big ones like to show up at night, and you can't see them, but you can hear them, and that's an ominous sound. I said, and you can smell them. Mm-hmm. You know when it's tornado weather. Junior Kelly, JR Kelly says, thanks for the great content. I've got a nice mini comparison video between the Husky 80-inch tool system with the hutch and a side locker versus the Icon 73 tool system with the hutch and side locker. Oh, that's cool. Is JR Kelly your channel? I will check that out. I'm copying and pasting it right now. Give me a hot second. I want to see that. And there we go. Oh, nope, there we go. All right, I will come back after the vid and check that out.
Birds?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the birds are.
Matthew Bean says a good project would be to get an old riding mower and a little trailer and teach them to drive. We got a go-kart. Princess Jamie says I'm going to put them in my tool cart and wheel it around on asphalt. That's not much of a test on asphalt. I guess the asphalt in your area could be a lot worse than the asphalt in our area, so you never know when it comes to that. And Guy Cheever says, does Husky make good tools? They do. I highly recommend Husky. They're decent. They're good DIY tools. I know some people who use them professionally. They have a life. In fact, they not only do they have a lifetime warranty, they have a no questions asked warranty. I took one of their ratchets, cut it in half with a bandsaw, and took it back just to see if they would not ask. They did give me a look, but they didn't ask.
It doesn't say we won't give you a look.
Yeah. I would not say they're not like top tier kind of tools, but they can get the job done. They certainly can. And let's see here. Where was I? Frank asks, is 20 volt Bauer half-inch drill driver kit a good deal at $59? I would say it is right in the ballpark for other tools of that caliber. I wish it was a little bit cheaper considering that it's Harbor Freight, and Harbor Freight's known for some really good bargains. But I can tell you that they're selling them like hotcakes. Lots of people here on the channel have the Bauer stuff and they like it. And when I came up to Montana and I needed to bring, I can only bring so much, I brought my Bauer stuff. Let's see here. Where was it? PT says the EF5 that wiped out Xenia, Ohio was pretty notable. Not much left of that town. I'm fairly certain. Did I live there when that hit? Hold on, I need to check this. $45 years ago. Nope, was not living there. I guess I heard the story about it. We didn't get nearly as many tornadoes there in Ohio as we did, I lived in the Ohio, Northern Kentucky area for a while.
I didn't live there at all 45 years ago.
Nick says, have you heard about the flooding in China? The flooding in China and potential bursting, I think it means flooding.
Yeah.
Of the Three Gorges Dam. When China admits it's a possibility, it's bad.
Which I was actually just trying to look and see if I saw anything. I do not see anything. Have not heard anything.
Well, you dam up the Yangtze, and the Yangtze is going to come back at you. Frank says that damn roads are bad in Michigan. Guy says, does Cobalt make good tools? Yes, they do. I like the hand tools. I would say the hand tools are they're about the same quality as the Quinn tools from Harbor Freight. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them are made by the same company. I know Apex used to make some of them. They make good, solid DIY or prosumer grade tools. The power tools are excellent, especially the new XTR stuff. Princess Jamie says, I've used Husky tools professionally as a diesel tech prior to going active Army and still have them to this day and never had an issue. Boom. Mic drop.
I love you. Christopher Huff, welcome. Thank you for joining and becoming a member.
Oh, welcome.
I'm assuming
that calls for a drink.
Yes, it does. Bing, 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 bing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much.
I exhaled as I took a swallow and
not a good plan.
It blew alcohol fumes back into my eyeball. That's good. That'll give you the old pirate eye. Blind Tillman says, was severe weather director at a couple of radio stations, heard a few tornadoes, but didn't see Dorothy. Aw. And Gary says, you didn't buzz Mrs. Bear or the girls. No, I didn't. I have to admit, I love her hair. I don't like girls with short hair. I know it's terrible.
He has problems, and the reality is, as soon as I find an appropriate option, I'm going to be cutting the hair. It's not going to be like super short, but it's ridiculously long, people.
Where are you moving to?
I don't know. Where are you moving to? I'm just fine where I am. Barbecue 76 with a $10 super chat. Once again, I have it on good authority that the bear will walk like an Egyptian when we have enough likes. And at Bear, I have severely beaten and flogged the people who gave me false information last time. I love it. Barbecue 76, you are awesome.
I'll do it if you sing it.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, and it's good to know that you'll be walking like an Egyptian bear. Thank you so much. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah, I got a little ding happy. Sorry.
So that actually brings up a good question.
It does.
Yes.
Really.
So we are getting close to 100K. And I got to say that, a lot of people have given me a lot of stuff. Like when we hit 20K or 10K, what are you going to do? Are you going to do a big thing? Are you going to do a special video? I wasn't interested in all those. But at 100K, I think we have to do something. And I've been trying to think of something appropriate to do rather than just sitting down and doing a video of, hey, we really appreciate everything you do. I want to do something fun. But you know what? And I always say that this is as much the viewer's channel as it is ours.
Absolutely.
So tell you what. Let's throw it up in you guys. What do you want to see for a 100,000th, subscriber celebration? What should we do? So let me know. Put it in the comments and
send us an email.
Or if you don't want to put it in the comments, if you're bashful or whatever, send me an email. You can send it to Mrs. DeBear. I'll even type it in here.
Oh, thank you.
Mrs. DeBear at soap drinker. denofTools.com.
Nice.
Keep you out of my Kool-Aid. And let's see here. Blind Tool Man says, I hear flies. Shh, don't give her
Zaffiel says
ideas.
free Tesla trucks for everyone. That is a really nice thought, honey.
Oh, that's you get a Cybertruck. You get a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I'm getting a Cybertruck.
So I'm writing it down. Free Tesla trucks for everyone. But I'm going to say, I have it on good authority, that's not happening.
Nick says, has the eldest cub returned to CAP yet? They're not doing in-person stuff yet. It's still online. So that every Monday they have an online meeting. They do some other online stuff during the week sometimes. He's still in CAP as much as he can be. And Fred says, I was stationed in Illinois in 1979, was driving back to the base at night, and hell's breaking loose with a hailstorm. And where to go? Hail and thunderstorm. I swear I saw a tornado. I was about to drive into a ditch. I've been there. That lightning strike, and you look over and like that was a funnel cloud. That's not a good thing. Yes.
First of all, you're almost caught up. Second of all, we have a super chat.
Oh, well, you go
Michael, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He says, Ari, you rock. I am meticulous. Real work, evenings and weekends, software by day, lean professional tools, but want 10 years of service. Buy into Metabo. Is that Hilti?
Yeah.
M or HB?
Metabo, Hilti, Milwaukee, or HB. What's
Does
HB?
he mean Harbor Freight is B next to F? I don't know what
Not
HB
really.
is.
So 10 plus years of work with service. Okay, Hilti is fantastic. But what you really want to do is, honestly, the right way to do Hilti is you do it with like fleet service kind of stuff. They're designed to deal with large corporations. If you've got the money and you can buy Hilti, you're not going to regret it. Metabo, there's two types of Metabo. There's Metabo and Metabo HPT. Metabo HPT is really just the old Hitachi. And I would put that on the low-grade professional, upper-grade prosumer kind of stuff. The true Metabo stuff is excellent, and you cannot go wrong with that. Milwaukee is great tools. The fuel stuff is fantastic, but you're going to end up paying for it. I would also throw into the mix Makita. I'm a huge Makita fan. The high-end Makita stuff is fabulous. I think, honestly, from any of those, you'll be just fine. The question is, like, where do you shop normally? If you're always at Lowe's, you probably want to get Metabo. If you're always at, Home Depot, go with the Milwaukee. If there is, like, if you're near a city center, because they're usually near city centers, and then I'm talking about the Hilti service centers, then like when we're in Vegas, it's half an hour drive for us. I mean, that's not terrible. I did a video, a walkthrough of it, so you can go check it out. Really nice people, lots of fun to go down there and play with the expensive tools that I cannot afford. And anyway, I'm not sure what HB is. These days, the high-end tools, they're really kind of a dime a dozen. I'll even say DeWalt. I'm not a fan of DeWalt. I talk about DeWalt all the time. Their low-end tools are junk, but if you buy the upper-end stuff, if you're going for the serious stuff, like the high-end brushless and stuff, it's pretty good. I do think the batteries are lacking, but the FlexVolt stuff is fabulous. So I don't know if that helps you out. Maybe giving you too many options.
Can you fix my screen? Because that's your screen over there.
What happened to your screen?
You were moving it.
Oh,
as you were
well,
reading.
that happens. It's not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Princess Jamie says, for celebration, drink quality rum. So for 100, is she saying that I should drink good rum for 100 subscriber?
Yes.
I'll just sit here and drink. Drink!
Oh, that won't get sloppy in a hot second.
That could be fun. Oh, I'm liking this idea already. I'm thinking about it.
No.
We could set up the camera outside. We could set up some lawn furniture. We could put on a whole bunch of off. I'm covered in bug bites. Boy, you know, Blind Tool Man could read me.
Yep.
I'm not suggesting that you do. But I am so many mosquito bites recently.
Yeah.
Mr. Spartacus in the house. Whatever you guys do, include the ceremonious unboxing of the YouTube plaque.
Yeah.
My understanding is that it takes them a while to get that to you. So
it wouldn't.
and especially with COVID, they've already reached out to me to tell me that congratulations that you're going to hit 100K. And one of the big things, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is that you get access to a personal account rep. And they've informed me that I will not be getting an account rep anytime soon because of COVID and those people aren't coming into the office right now. But that basically I can, as of right now, access their group chat. So I can still access a person if I have an issue like we had last year. So I'm pretty happy about that. Fred says, I love my Bauer tools. Plan on buying some more Bauer tools. There you go. And somebody mentioned SK. She missed out on an SK screwdriver for 25 cents the other day. I was so bummed.
Thanks for telling my story.
Oh,
That was my amazing
anytime.
story. She colored it in, folks. Looking good.
I'm just going to say you already talked about going to the garage sales, and so you missed your opportunity.
No, what I said at the very beginning
Missed
was
your
don't
opportunity.
let me forget to tell them. Anyways, in this box of amazing trinkets for 25 cents, I found an SK screwdriver, and I was like, yes, this will be really cool. And I'll get brownie points. So I go to pay for it, and she's like, oh, where did you get this? I'm like, it was in the 25-cent box.
In your
Like,
bedroom, I was searching through your stuff.
yeah. In the glove box, obviously. So to make a very long story short, she was like kind of going to sell it to me, but I could tell she really wanted to keep it. And I get it. Like 25 cents was a ridiculous price on there. So I said, no, it's okay. She's like, I went through all the
I
tools.
would have paid 50.
Cents. Yeah. She's like, I went through all the tools and this was the set I was going to keep. I was like, I totally understand. So she got to keep her screwdriver and I got to come home and tell you the story about how I almost got a 25-cent SK screwdriver. Okay, you guys, you need to settle down.
You're wrestling with the dog. Anyway. Michael says, an idea for your 100K sign up. How about posting photos of people's projects and 3-paragraph description? Tools are fun, but what we do with them is the real bottom line.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea.
Yep.
People have been posting that over on the Facebook channel
Yeah.
and also on Reddit. Gary says, Siren, Wisconsin, 2001 F3. They left the aluminum boat wrapped around the tree on the west side of town.
Oh.
I've never seen that. I have seen in Omaha, Nebraska. I saw a Dodge van wrapped around a telephone pole, like they folded it. It was something. Diego says, "Hey, for home DIY and new woodworker, would you recommend Ryobi, Cobalt, or spending a little extra for DeWalt?" I would not spend the extra for DeWalt. If you're gonna spend the extra, I would go for Milwaukee or Makita. I think the higher end Ryobi and the Cobalt stuff is fantastic. It really is. The only reason I would go with the higher end stuff, honestly, is I find with doing like woodworking stuff, I like smaller, more maneuverable tools. And the Cobalt stuff, I haven't held the new XTR stuff, but the other stuff is fairly beefy. Kevin asks, what's your recommendation for an affordable framing nailer for a DIYer? Honestly, Harbor Freight, well, I would normally say go to a Harbor Freight parking lot sale and get a refurbished, Central Pneumatics or Banks. But good luck finding a parking lot sale anytime, maybe in August. But still, the Banks from Harbor Freight is an excellent nailer. And the Chicago Electric Chicago Pneumatic isn't much worse. Frank says, all the stores are within 10 miles of home. Wow. That must be nice. Jody says, I'm looking to get an M12 right angle impact. Should I get the 3/4 or the 1/2 inch anvil? They're both the same foot-pounds of torque, just a different anvil. I would get, if I was only getting one, that's tough. I would say, honestly, I would feel like I would use it more often on 3/4 stuff, because the stuff where I need a right angle like that, I think is going to be smaller stuff. But the other thing is, if you get the 1/2 inch and you step down to 3/8 with an adapter, you'll lose a little bit of torque, but hopefully you'd have more torque by going with the 1/2 inch. That's a hard call. Anybody else have any opinions on it? I think you'd probably use the 3/8 more, but you get more flexibility with going with the 1/2 inch. Toolman Makita says they sell Makita 9.6 volt drill for $69 with flashlight, circular saw, and 2 batteries. That's cool.
Oh, sorry. I'm reading all the 100,000. And we're having buffering issues, streaming issues. Sorry.
Backwoods Mechanic says 100K celebration. Pick out 10 YouTubers to highlight and their channels and pay it forward. That is excellent idea.
That's a really great idea. Who said that? Backwoods Mechanic?
Backwoods Mechanic. I like that idea.
Do it.
Somebody else I know has suggested I do a video roast of my 10 favorite tool channels. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. Nick Hoffman says 100K idea, wood chopping ASMR live stream.
Nice.
Bear wants to come to Florida, explore the small breweries, and this bear for 100K. Oh, I would love to go to Florida. I'm not going there in July. Oh. Barbecue 76 says, you're almost caught up. Reading this will put you around 4 seconds behind being fully caught up. What? Really? And Blind Toolman says, no. Read, Jeff. No. What?
Reading the Braille on you.
Oh,
honey.
No.
Yeah.
Nick Hoffman says, stop saying you're going to reach 100K. It will start to roll back.
Nice. Fred Hill, $2 super chat, says, I can't wait for Bauer's new 5 and 8 amp
hour batteries.
New 5 and 8 amp hour batteries. Bing, 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 bing.
If you didn't hear before, I heard August for that.
Yes.
Paul St. Marie in the house. How's it going?
Hello.
Greeting, no bears of tools. And Antonio, Eleanor.
I know. I was going to tell her. I saw the comment. Thank you so much.
He says the artwork is amazing. We will let her know you said that.
We will.
Antonio says that your artwork is amazing, young lady.
Yep.
Just watch until I draw. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much. But see?
Good job, though.
Paul St. Marie wants to know if you're wearing Smurf ears.
I'm not. I'm wearing
They're a little too powder blue for Smurfs.
Furry bear ears.
Or what's the word you know in German?
Schlumpfen.
Schlumpfen.
Oh my gosh, I think they're doing like WWE gymnastics back there. I see an emergency room visit in our future.
It's going to be. Stop.
Go. Sit down.
Steve says, teach Elle how to animate things on computer and she may make some good cartoons. That's a good idea.
She does.
I do know how.
No, not like I can teach her.
Okay.
You can teach me?
Yeah. You need to
Yeah.
download Maya and some stuff. The Zafiel says your wife could probably tell, but Chinese have been stamping wrenches with SK, and they can because it stands for Shenzhen, whatever. Oh, jeez.
Barbecue 76 says, at 100K, I will barbecue something of your choice for you. That sounds delicious.
Don't say that because my choice is always going to be elk.
Really?
Yeah, I love elk.
I like
Since I'm here for an
like
extra month.
tri-tip.
Down to the...
You know, tri-tip is cause you like tri-tip because you're from California. Honestly, like if I have a choice, like baby back ribs,
What is wrong?
burnt ends.
I like burn ends. I will be
Dunkin'.
right back.
Wait, hey, we can talk, okay?
There.
100K, I could paint.
Elle saying she might paint for 100K.
Can I
I might buy someone handcuffs for 100K.
Steven asked, was that Dodge van a full size or a minivan? I'm not sure they had minivans back then, to be honest. It was a full size. It was like one of those conversion vans where it's got like the teardrop shaped bubble light on or bubble window on the back. And
This mic is working.
it is. It's supposed to. Why would it not?
Because you said that we were using one mic before the stream.
I was joking with Mom.
Oh.
You should have to talk into the mic though.
Ah.
There you go.
Why are you yelling?
Gary asked, what's the difference between a 12 volt or 18 volt drill? About 6 volts. Now, and I was making a joke because I'm a smart ass at times. But the reality is that's it. It's how much power, speed, torque you can put into it. Are you patting me condescendingly back there?
Dang,
the it's and I'll be honest with the new 12 volt stuff they have out there, especially the brushless 12 volt. It's got so much power and speed that in most cases, unless you're doing some really high end, really hard kind of work, most people, even professionals, can get by with a 12 volt tool.
Dang, Fred Hill has the best.
Daughter Rob, we got to go over to Daughter Rob's house. She just finished making s'mores.
Dad. Fred Hill
How long?
is went through.
Let's see here. Fred Hill says microbursts are as bad as tornadoes. That's what basically destroyed the new general store here in Livingston earlier this year. Was a microburst just out of nowhere, peeled the roof back like a tin of sardines.
A banana.
Yeah, kind of like a banana too. I can see it. I've never seen a tin of bananas, but sure, a banana.
I'm just painting right now.
Wait, she's painting?
Keith says, "What? It's not that bad here in Florida. Only 90 with 75% humidity." Yeah.
That sucks.
Donna Russ, we just mentioned that. What's the difference? We talked about that. Bear One says, I mean, Florida isn't that bad in July. Not like Arizona where you can cook an egg or melt a trash can in the street. Yeah, but
That's Vegas.
It's a dry heat. Crazy Girl M says, you look like a cute family. Thank you. We are a cute family, aren't we?
Yeah.
He took over. Yeah. Bear One says, at least your choice to barbecue something isn't your wife or something like that. Well, she's too tough. Yeah, it'd be a lot of chewing. TNT says, I'm thinking about getting a Skill 20 volt or 4-piece, or should I get the Bauer cordless tools? I gotta tell you, I've heard great things about the Skill stuff. It's made by Chevron, the same people who make the Cobalt stuff. And they've had, and this is their own brand rather than house brand. And what I found is companies put more work, more care, more tech into their own brands rather than the house brands that they make for somebody else. I've heard nothing but good things about the Skill stuff. I like the Bauer stuff, but the other thing is the Bauer stuff is going to be 18, / 20 volt. Oh, you're talking about the Skill. I was thinking you were talking about the 12 volt. The Bauer stuff has I believe has a bigger lineup of tools. You've got the yard tools, all the accessories, and everything else that go with it. For the 20 volt stuff, I like the Skill stuff, but I would want to have a bigger. It's the same reason I don't recommend the Hercules stuff. There just isn't enough tools out there to really support the system. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I haven't kept up with them. Maybe they've rolled out a whole bunch of new stuff. Maybe there's a Labrador licking me. Why are you licking me? Come over here. Come here. Yeah, we're getting buffed. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come. Oh, you've got them. Well, you got to give it to me, dog.
Well, Griffin's playing with her.
Oh, now she's playing. Okay.
Dad, did you see Fred Hills?
Fred's, my mother went through a tornado in Louisiana in the 50s. A baby was picked up in a baby stroller and survived.
Wow.
Oh, thank goodness. Princess Jamie says, at 100K, I'll let you drive my Jeep when I come up to Montana for a work trip. Woohoo! All right. I still cannot believe you're going to drive your Jeep that far. I've done some road trips in a CJ. That's a lot of driving, especially on those tires.
Just as a reminder, I don't know when your trip is going to be. Stop. Just as a reminder, the 10th of July, is an auction. So if you're going to be here around the 10th of July,
Auto
Princess
auction.
Jamie, I thought you would be interested. Hopefully you can actually hear us because we're buffering.
There's a Cherokee, and a Cherokee Sport. No, it's a regular Cherokee 4-door, the old squarish kind. And then there is a Grand Cherokee and some 4x4 pickup trucks and a boat and a Mustang.
Did you hear him mention and a boat?
And a boat.
Drop.
Kurt asked, "Do you know why the Smurfs are all blue?" Yes, we all know that joke.
Yep.
And Steve says, "Within 10 miles of us." Did you guys see that? They tried to get the dog to take my ear off. Can you hold that for me?
No, yuck.
That is so nasty.
You're going
So
to the hot
nasty.
place.
Oh, that is, I love you so much right now. Where was I? Also, you can't murder me on camera. It would be bad.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Steven says, within 10 miles of us, we have a Menards, a Harbor Freight, a Woodcraft, 2 Lowe's, and 3 Home Depot. Just a second. We do have to put the kids in a meat grinder. And that's a great... I wish we had all that here. Although, not that I can afford to shop at Woodcraft. That place is expensive. Excuse me. Jennifer White Wolf says she's back. Hey, Jennifer. Joe Smith and friend says, hi, Duncan. And Asylum says, I believe the first minivan was the 1984 Plymouth Voyager. I had a 1985 Plymouth Voyager as my first vehicle. I had a 90s, the second gen Plymouth Voyager, and that thing was great. Drove that thing right into the ground and sold it. The check engine light had just come on. I sold it. 3 weeks later, I get a letter from the police saying that they found my vehicle still in my name, dead on the side of the road about 100 miles from me. And someone says power equals volts times current. And Matt says my M12 tools do 75% of my jobs. Yes, as I was saying. Good. Thank you, Matt, for adding that in. Barbecue 76 says at the Den of Tools.
Yes.
Stealthy, aren't we? Nick says, any opinion on Mora knives? No, not really. I don't really know what they are, to be honest. Robert Bray says, go to a water park. I don't know if there is a water park around here. We're in Montana. We got the Yellowstone River. That's our water park. And hot springs. We got hot springs.
Yeah.
Too. In fact, we bought a month-long pass to the local hot springs. Yeah, buddy. Rodney says, hey, Elle, still hoping to get a drawing of a ram or a golden bear.
Oh, shoot! I'm sorry. I made one and then I forgot to put it in the thing.
Yeah. Princess Jamie says, almost flown to a microburst as a low-hour pilot.
no.
Oh, my gosh.
Those are
That would
really
be terrifying. My most terrifying thing was I was driving my CJ7. This was in southern Ohio, in the Cincinnati. It was just east of Cincinnati. And it was beautiful summer day. So I'd taken the doors off and I had the top off and I left them at home. And I had the windshield down because I always drove with the windshield down. And I'm wearing a t-shirt, shorts, flip-flops, sunglasses, tooling around, and just out of nowhere, this just huge rainstorm just starts dropping buckets on me, and there's thunder and stuff. I didn't see lightning, but I heard the thunder. And so I start cursing Thor. I'm like, damn you, Thor, blah, blah, dropping this rain on me. I'm so pissed at it. And a lightning bolt, the size of a Mack truck, comes down, has to be 20 feet away from me, and hits a telephone pole and obliterates it down to a foot-high stump. And the concussive blast from it, because the road's just soaking wet, sent my Jeep spinning 360 degrees, more than 360, because I went around past, no, I guess it was not quite 360. It was like a 270. Came back, and I ended up facing the telephone pole, spun all the way around. And, yeah, I've never yelled at him again after that one. Well, it took me a while to get my heart going again. let's see, where was I? Bear One says, "Oh, hey Bear, do you know if the Harbor Freight extended warranty price is on a fixed percentage of the price of the item? If so, what is that fixed percent?" I do not know, and I do not believe it's on a fixed percentage because I've seen some stuff that just being spitballing it doesn't seem to match a set percentage. But that's a good question. I will look into it. And Fred says, "Can't believe the tree behind us broke again. The wind's been blowing 60 to 80 miles per hour."
Whoa.
At that, I can believe it broke.
That is some winds.
Blind Toolman says, "I finally survived the Omaha tornado of 75. I was in the Omaha tornado of 75. Wow. Barbecue 76 says, "Being in CA, elk isn't the easiest thing to get a hold of. Tri-tip is one of my specialties.
Yep.
Whatever it ends up being is your call." I like tri-tip. I do. Something I never had until I moved to California. I'm totally down with tri-tip. And Fred says, "Remember back in the day when the van conversions had the ungodly shag carpet? I kind of missed it."
Yep.
It's one of those things that was terrible when you saw it, but now it hasn't been around. It's like school pizza. You're like, hey, that's not such a bad idea. I kind of like that idea.
Yep.
Let's see here. Fred says, "I didn't know southern Utah can run as high as 109, 110 degrees. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, it gets hot up there. In fact, if you saw my video where I not broke down, but I had the flat on the trailer, the blowout, that was in southern Utah, and it was 107, and that was in late August. It was terrible. Luckily, we found a reservoir about half an hour drive after that, and the bear and I went swimming. Oh, it felt so good. Guy YouTuber says, "What state do you live in?" I live in a state of euphoria. Because I'm married to this wonderful woman who doesn't murder me or stab me while I'm sleeping because I fed her soap.
It was a mistake.
So I've lived all over the U.S., but I'm originally from Iowa and Nebraska. I've lived in Kentucky and Ohio and Indiana. I've traveled a whole bunch. I used to spend my summers in Arizona. I moved to Indiana.
You just asked where we live.
Oh, I know. And then currently we're in Montana. But the people hear me talking about all this stuff, and they're like, "Where do you live?" And I spent about 20 some years in California in the Bay Area. Then we moved to the Central Valley. Well, I guess it was in the Bay Area and the Central Valley. And then we moved to Vegas, and we split our time in Vegas, between Vegas and here. It used to be, it's varying. We're going to be here more often than not now, going forward. We're going to be probably 10 months out of the year, we're going to be in Montana. So, and Ray asks, "How's the weather up there now? Was there last week in rain most of the time?" I'm sorry. It's been beautiful up until today. It is raining today. Not bad. It's actually really nice. Nice, cool rain, light fog across the mountains. It's beautiful out there. It's supposed to rain through Tuesday and then warm up for the rest of the week.
Hey, Rail92222. I think I said enough twos. I have seen a number of your videos. Super cool. And you have some cool tools. So if you haven't checked out this channel, go check it out.
Juan says, "Good evening. Not sure if you answered, but your thoughts on DeWalt Mechanics tool." I'm not a huge fan of either DeWalt or Milwaukee as far as hand tools go. They're not terrible, but I think they get a little crazy with the design and trying to make it stand out and trying to make it be different. And the quality is decent, but the price is fairly high. I actually have the DeWalt hand tools that are made of the same metal as the Impact, and I think that's kind of ridiculous. I don't need a socket wrench made from Impact grade steel. It's just, I don't get it. But anyway, it's not bad, but I think for the money you can do. I would rather get Tecton, that's for sure. The stuff from Ingersoll Rand Hand Tools, the Harbor Freight stuff, I would all choose that over that. Mike Adams says, "Hey y'all, just got in from hiking out in the woods with my niece. I'm working on teaching her some survival skills." That's awesome.
Who said
that? Mike Adams.
Yay! Awesome.
I think more people got to get their kids out there in the woods and teach them just basic, woodcraft kind of stuff. Paul's tool review says, "Hey Bears, ever seen a chrome rot as in flaky peeling chrome finish on Harbor Freight sockets or socket adapters? I didn't notice in the store, but the lifetime warranty to be tested." I haven't seen that as a recurring theme, but I have seen it on pretty much everything, not just Harbor Freight. I've seen people send me pictures from Snap-on, from Milwaukee. I've seen pretty much every brand out there. Somebody has sent me a picture going, I opened the package and saw this. Applying chrome is a tricky process, and when you make millions and millions of items every year or month, you're going to get a few bad apples. And that's what that warranty is there for.
So 2 things before we go any further. Michael Miller, I know that you have sent a couple of messages and I've seen them, but he doesn't see them to read them because you're not putting at the Den of Tools. So make sure you include at the Den of Tools. One of the things he said was that he loves your reviews. He wishes you could review all of his...
Sorry, I was laughing at something else, yes.
All of the things in his life. My suggestion when I read that was send us an email.
Yeah, I'm always open for
Love
suggestions.
hearing, there are a million things and ideas that we come up with, but you guys have amazing ideas too. So if you're like, hey, I want to know more about this, not going to guarantee it will happen, but definitely shoot us an email.
We make the videos for them, so maybe them telling us what they actually want to see is a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go
So
figure.
go ahead and send an email. Since he's new, do you want to let him know what your email address
Yeah,
is?
my email is red@denoftools.com. Just that simple. No the in front, just Den of Tools.
And I am Mrs. DaBear, so MRSDABEAR at denoftools.com. Mater's Workshop with the $5 super chat.
Mater.
Hey, Mater's Workshop. Love it. Says, good evening, Bear Clan. No landline, so internet is down and using tablet. I won't be here all night, so I'll let you ding me tonight, Clarice. All right, thank you so much. 3, 2, 1. Bing, 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 bing.
I just remember why you're in the doghouse. So this garage sale she went to, all this stuff. Yeah, I was bad. I fed her soap. What didn't you buy that you should have?
2 Indian motorcycles.
2 Indian freaking motorcycles for $1,000 each.
What?
Wait, what? Who?
I'm so upset. Oh, let's see here.
You know who might have bought them? Our friend, Meh. Did you buy the Indian motorcycles when
Did
you were
you?
in Columbus, Montana? Columbus is
She didn't even take a picture of them for me. Did you see them? Were they worth
Wait.
buying?
Wait, who are we talking to?
Paul's tour review says, "Hey Bears, ever see chrome?" Oh, wait, I just read that. Fred says, "Sister told me in July, August, don't travel I-10, I-40, and I-15 because of blowing tires because the roads being so hot. Speaking of hell on earth in Needles, California." I would believe that. I've often worried that around the Vegas area. And Needles is even hotter. Barbecue 76 says, your story, you were wearing t-shirts, shorts, sandals. I've seen enough of your content to have to ask, when are you not wearing that?
fancy
Well,
dinners.
I was actually, I think I was wearing, to be honest, I don't think I was wearing shoes at all. Back then, I often went a lot of places without shoes.
Flintstone.
Yeah. Frank says, "I'm sorry to hear that you were in California for 20 years. Did my time, got out. Thank you, though, for understanding what I went through. Beautiful place. The people, not so much."
That's not true.
I did take the best of it with me.
Goober.
Paul says, "How's the Bears' back? Still in pain?" My back is so much better. I'm at probably 95%. I lifted a mower the other day. I was able to pick something up off the floor. I have some issues. First thing in the morning, I'm moving real slow. And it takes a while to get the bends, going in there, get the flexibility back up. But we get there. I still try to be careful and make sure that when I do lift something that I'm making sure I stay straight. There's no flexing in it, and I support it and all that good stuff. Antonio says, "Vegas and Arizona is to hit stay in beautiful Montana." Jeff and Jess, yeah. The only reason I would go back would be like, say, December and January, maybe parts of February, and probably just January and February, to be honest. Actually, I'm definitely gonna be in Vegas in November because that's SEMA now. It's gonna be in November.
Yep.
If you've got a chance, In fact, all of you who are YouTubers, SEMA
Yes.
has just opened up registration. They make it very easy. Go to SEMA's website, go to registration. They have a whole thing there for registering as as press. You can get a free pass. All you got to do is find a place to stay. And there's places on the Strip that are super inexpensive. We're talking $35 to $55 a night. The Luxor had, what, $40, $50 a night? So there are cheap places to stay.
Well, one thing that you can to remind them though is when you are booking your accommodations, make sure that you take into account where the venue is to where your hotel is.
I will say this: if you stay on the east side of the Strip, you will probably be connected to the monorail, and the monorail connects directly to the convention center. So that'll make things easier. The other thing is you can give me a call. I'll be happy to give you a ride if I can. I'll be driving in. I'm going to be staying at our house. I'm not going to be paying to stay down. There's a hotel that's right there in the parking lot I really wanted to stay at. It's $400 a night. I don't think the missus is going to let me do that. But otherwise, it's going to be a fun time. Going to sign up for all the parties and all the good stuff. It's a great show. It really is. Crazy Girl says, at Den of Tools. There's a whole lot of people just saying at Den of Tools. They just like saying my name. Fred says, in Florida in 79, was in the car riding with my buddy, and we got hit by lightning in the car. Whew.
Oh my goodness.
Tool Man McKee says, when are you going live, Bears Den? I'm live now, aren't I?
I hope that works.
I think I am.
Maybe they're asking about
I think I am.
on the 4th.
On the 4th, it's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Mm-hmm. And Princess Jamie says, great pneumatic duo set. I want to see how the ratchet is sometime. I've heard nothing but good things about Gray Pneumatic. I've never tried them myself. They look decent. I've held them. I've looked at them. But everyone I know who's used them says they're fantastic. FP Jones says, any recommendation on tools? There's this channel called Den of Tools that's almost entirely nothing but recommendations. Crazy Girl says, what's your wife's name? It's Mrs. DeBear. No, it's Jessie.
Yeah. Like Jesse James.
And Jennifer says, rumor is the Luxor in Vegas will be destroyed. Are you serious?
I read that and I was just ignoring it.
That
would be really sad
why would they
if that
do that?
happened.
The Luxor it's always packed. It's a huge, it's one of the first mega casinos there. And they added onto it on top of that. They've got 2 towers. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to build something that will have even more rooms. I don't know. I mean, it's prime property.
It is. It's a really cool location. I mean, I think we've stayed at a number of the properties.
Yeah. They're always my favorite as a go-to during the middle of the week to get a suite. We get the Cleopatra Suite for like $80 a night, and it's a 2-room, has a whole master bedroom with king-size bed, wet bar, and then you have a whole separate living room with a dining room area, a full couch and TV, and you got some pretty good views as well. And it's all that kind of cheesy Cleopatra, Egyptian kind of thing. What a deal for $80. PT says, PB tools to review. I don't know. The PB, I don't know what PB is. Peanut butter?
What?
I like turkey.
PT.
FP Jones says, any recommendations on a tool chest, maybe 48-inch range? Boy, that's right between. I would definitely say that the U.S. General is a great solution. If you go to our Facebook channel, our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/groups/Den of Tools, should be a link below. But if you go there, we've been finding all sorts of great deals on the Cobalt stuff. There's some great Cobalt chests in that size. What do you call it? What's the other one? Husky one is great. It all depends whether you're looking for home DIY versus professional use. I don't think you can go wrong either way with the U.S. General stuff. Fred Hill says, in 2019, Omaha had serious flooding, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. There's also bad flooding at Offutt Air Force Base. I heard about that. But I was not back there for that. And Joe Smith says, ask a question once, use dentals, they will get to it when you try. Jennifer Whitewolf comments that many colors are now available. U.S. General middle line, very good. Christopher Huff says, how do you barbecue a tri-tip? Well, okay, the first step is you contact Barbecue 76, and then you ask him. I am not a master griller by any means, and I don't think I've ever cooked a tri-tip. I've been to many barbecues throughout San Francisco and eaten many tri-tips. I can tell you how to eat a tri-tip. I'm very good at it. Matt says, I live in shorts and a t-shirt about 9 months out of the year. I will see your 9 months and go to 11. The only time I'm not in is when gets really cold, and or we're going someplace nice. Frank says, I think I've heard you talk about Grizzly's drill press. They have several bench tops. Which are you liking? I'm thinking about the ones around 4. They're all good. They have great tools. All their stationary tools are really good quality. The key is finding them when they're on sale, and especially since you have to pay shipping on them unless you are one of the lucky few who happen to be near one of their retail centers. Fred says, currently on my Bauer Power Tools, I'm using the Bauer 1.5 and 3 amp, and they do a really great job. They do. But like I was working with the Bauer circular saw, and that 3 amp hour battery, it chews through it pretty quick.
Griffin drew us a picture. Oh, sorry.
Ow.
I saw.
Me with no arm.
Did a grizzly get it?
Yes, in fact, my father did get it.
I gotta sit down.
It's not the real pen because I know that'd be like.
Zephyr says, is the 4th live stream at your town's festival?
I had to.
Sadly, it's not. It was last year, and if they had one, it sure would have been. But the reality is they canceled it because our city manager is a bleeping bleep, bleepity bleepity bleep.
They got a
And
raise
needs to be
for no
fired. And so I can run over his bleep and bleep with my bleepity bleep bleep.
He has no real strong feelings about this, obviously.
Bleep. Dude just got a $30,000 raise plus a $12,000 bonus, and he gets a car. 7,500 people. He's making like $160,000 a year, not including benefits, and we have 7.5 thousand people in this town. Flock of seagulls.
Okay, we're
Needs
gonna
to
calm
be
down.
tarred and feathered and rode out of town on a rail.
Calm down.
Not really opinionated on the matter.
Yeah. No opinions whatsoever.
Complete with poisonous snakes. Michael Miller comments that we rock. Thank you so much. Jennifer
Thank
Whitewolf
you.
says she's off to serve dinner. Eric says, what video editing software do you use? Can you recommend an easy-to-use product for quick cuts? I miss the MS Movie Maker. I do too. I use Adobe Premiere Elements. It's not free, but it is quick, and it's to the point. It's like $70 or $80.
Did you see?
DaVinci is free, but it's not quick, Duncan. It is real in-depth.
And did you see Di Diz's message about tomorrow?
No.
She's studying for a COVID test because one of her coworkers
Oh.
was positive. So I hope that everything turns out negative tomorrow. Why are you drinking mine? I filled yours up.
I'm really
Husband tax.
Failed the test.
Yes, we're all hoping that you fail it badly.
Yes.
Bear One says, I'm going to be popping out for the night. See ya. You have a good night. You take care. Tool Man Makita says, what's the best miter saw, not Harbor Freight or Ryobi? The best? The best. Best is probably Festool. I know a lot of people like, they saw that one with, what's his name, AVE, and it's got plastic gears, blah, blah. It's still, I've used it. It's a fabulous freaking miter saw. But both Makita and Bosch make excellent miter saws as well. DeWalt makes a good miter saw. Not bad at all. Are you guys in Montana for Yellowstone? We have a house here. We live in Livingston. We're about an hour north of Yellowstone. If you're going to Yellowstone, come by and say hi. We'll meet you for drinks or something.
Let us know.
Somebody asked me in one of the videos, they commented like, can you, it was the tour I did of West Yellowstone. They started asking me a bunch of questions about going to Yellowstone. And I think they got a much more in-depth response than they were expecting.
Yeah. It's 8:04.
8:04. Oh, 8:04. That means it's time to take a break and adopt a mod where you, yes, you
Yes.
can adopt your very own mod. Please choose from our fine selection of moderators here. That's anyone with a blue wrench behind their name. We have some great people here with great content makers. If you're one of our mods and you do have a channel you want to promote, please put a link down to it right now so that people can go and check it out. And what we ask of you is share the love, go over to their channel, give one of their videos a like, maybe leave a comment, maybe even consider subscribing. Yeah. And spread the love. Lots of great channels out there to choose from. You can never be subscribed to too many good channels, is what I say. Also want to say a big thank you to everyone who's donated tonight with the super chats. You guys rock. You make our week, make it that much more exciting each and every time. And also everyone, all our Tool Bear members. That's people with a little bear behind their name. They're monthly members like you see like via Patreon, but it's built into YouTube. If you're interested, there is a link in the video description. And who else? I was waiting to say, don't forget we're going to do a special live stream, as you can see here, on July 4th for all those people who are not going anywhere or they don't like fireworks or crowds or people. You can come and hang out with us. And let's see, what else do we have going on that we need to do an announcement on? There was something else I was thinking about. I was going to save until we did the thing, and I forgot what it was. If you have a suggestion for our 100th subscriber video, make sure you comment that down below. And if you're coming to Montana this summer and you're going to be in the area, let us know. We'd love to meet for drinks or something. And let's see here, what else? Or if you have any land that you'd like to donate to the channel in Montana, we'd be happy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I joke, I kid. I've been teasing her looking at land. She's about ready to light me on fire at this point.
I'm a little cross-eyed looking at these maps because he everyone is different and they have their strengths and weaknesses. And for me, he's describes things and I have to see it like in person.
I also have a natural understanding of geography.
Right, that I don't have.
She has no clue. Like, where is it? I'm like, it's over there.
Nope.
You turn left.
Nope.
It's in that valley behind the tree.
Nope.
She's like, nope. No clue what you're talking about.
Not a clue.
I'm like, you were there yesterday. Nope. No clue what you're talking about.
Literally, like, okay, so we will do something in the house and something will get put somewhere. Usually I put it somewhere because it's laying around and in my way. And he'll be like, where's my bauble? I'm like, I don't know what that is. And we have learned over the 9,000 years that we've been married that I'm like, just look it up on the internet. Oh, that thing. I know where that thing is. Like, I don't know what it's called, but I know where it is.
Anthony mentions $50 a night plus resort fee. Yes, Anthony, I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
And then she started running her yapper and I got distracted. I was talking about Eleanor. Are Harbor Freight's wrenches any good? Fred asks. It depends on which ones. I mean, yeah, I remember Harbor Freight's got a lot of wrenches. The basic, the super cheap stuff, like the super cheap ratcheting wrenches from Harbor Freight, not a fan of those. The basic wrenches are more than decent. They got a lifetime warranty. The only problem is they skip a bunch of sizes. You get into the better stuff like the Icon stuff. I love my Icon ratcheting wrenches. Those are fabulous. And Juan says, thanks. I was looking into Tecton, but I saw a 240 DeWalt set for sale for $149 at Amazon, but got it, but haven't used it much. If you get a good price on it, that's good. The only issue is Tecton's really great with their warranty process. If you break something and have a problem, you take a picture of it, they send you a new one. Trying to get warranty on a DeWalt set could be a bit of a pain. Fred says, what year were the Indian motorcycles? She doesn't know.
I have no idea.
I tried to ask. I'm like, can you draw us? Like, did it look like this? I don't know. Did it look like this? I don't know.
I know the speedometers were like older.
The speedometers were older. Older than what, dear?
Than the new ones.
Oh. See what I have to deal with?
Okay, can we just mention, even if I had sent you a picture, would you have been able to receive it? No, because you were falling off a mountain somewhere.
I was. We went down some back trail. It turned into like a fire trail. But I knew on the map there was this big bridge coming up so we could get across to civilization. We get to the bridge and it was missing a piece. Like right there, gone.
He means of the bridge.
Of the bridge.
The bridge was missing.
We had to go all the way back. I was so thrilled.
We almost got stuck.
Yeah.
We did not almost get stuck.
Yeah, we did.
You
Remember
thought
that
we did.
little?
Yes, but we could have gone around the other way. We would have been fine.
Which I told you not to go around for a reason.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Antonio comments that Gray Pneumatic makes amazing tools. And there you go. Thank you, Antonio. Paul's Tool Review says, beware starting to notice steel tools starting to be imported from India. Normally China, Taiwan dominate. Yes, I have. Dominate the steel hand tools, but India is trying to get in the low end game. We have noticed that. Some of them have showed up at Harbor Freight. And I gotta say, I've been hearing not just Harbor Freight, but an issue from all of them with rust. Eric says, what video editing software do you use? I think I answered that. It was Adobe Premiere Elements. Yes, let's see here. Fred says, love my Pittsburgh tools. They have a lifetime warranty. My thing skipped on me. And where'd it go?
Paul St. Marie says, whoa, I would beware. That was quite the stink eye you just got hit with.
Yeah. Oh, and Fred says, stay in Henderson, no parking fees and no resort fees. Henderson's nice, but how do you get anywhere
It's
there?
really far.
If you drive into town, sure, or if you're renting a car, but there's no decent public transportation in town. TNT says, have you tried the Irwin Vice Grip Knippik style channel locks? My dad got me a pair of them for Christmas last year, and they're my favorite. I've tried them at the trade show last year, and they look fantastic. I'm a big fan of Irwin and also channel locks, so they seem great. Simon says, I'm tired. I got to go to bed. I have to work tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Good night to you too, sir. I'm getting pretty tired myself, honestly. Yep. Barbecue 76 says the Inclovators, the elevators at Luxor, were an interesting experience my first time. I stayed there after a day and night of drinking.
Yep.
That is the one thing we have to tell you. If you do stay at the Luxor, because it's a pyramid, the elevators come from the corner and they go at an angle up the pyramid.
Yep.
So they don't go straight up and down. And a lot of people don't realize that, especially people who've been drinking. So if you see somebody get on while holding a drink, do not stand next to them, because they are likely to stumble and spill that drink all over you.
Yep. Also,
if you see somebody looking highly inebriated, take a different elevator, because you may end up decorated in something else.
Yep. Our children, yes, they are completely aware. They have learned that intoxicated people cannot stand well in the elevator. So I normally have them
all off to one side.
Yeah, we're all off to one side, and people kind of look at you like, what are you doing?
And then the elevator starts up and they're like, I'm on the floor.
Yep.
How you doing? And we will. And I've told people, I'm like, hey, heads up, this elevator moves at an angle. Just be prepared when it starts going. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's fine. It starts going, wham, they're in the other wall. Like, I told you.
Yeah.
Matt says, in all fairness, we have a couple of months of real winter here. I grew up in Iowa, Nebraska, so I know what real winter is, and I'm not a fan of it, I'll be honest.
He's trying to avoid it.
Juan says, nice drawing. He's so proud.
He is.
And Crazy Girl says, I'm back again. I want to know this guy's name. Which guy's name? Who? Who's your name? Are you talking about me?
I think it's somebody else.
Oh.
I think they're talking to somebody else.
Okay. Barbecue 7076 says, what is up with all the just at dinner tools?
Because, Dad, they want to troll you. Come on.
They're such trolls.
He's teasing Barbecue 76.
Me? Tease someone? No. Yes. Kevin says, the political bear speaks.
Yes.
It's local politics, though, so it's okay.
Zapfiel says, okay, Den of Tools definitely has feelings about the city manager. That's great.
India is not exactly known for the quality of steel. Textiles is one thing, though. Steel is another. Zapfiel says, if anyone wants to try it, open source video editor I've wanted to play with, Olive Video. I did try it. I was not thrilled, but I'm real picky when it comes to video editing. Antonio says DaVinci Resolve is great software, but complicated. There's lots of good editing. DaVinci Resolve is fantastic software. It's incredibly robust. As such, it takes a lot of horsepower to use properly, and it's very in-depth, and it's easy to get lost looking for the features you need. Fred Hill says they need to bulldoze Circus. No, Fred, they need to nuke it from orbit just to be safe.
Nice. Crazy Girl M, I think that Zaphiel answered your question. You keep asking, will you answer me, please? We don't know what you're asking. But I think Zaphiel answered who we are, what our names are.
I'm Jeff. She's Jesse. That's
yes.
Bella. Duncan, Griffin, and Elle.
And if
That
you
was
do at the Den of Tools and ask a complete question,
Like it says
we're
above my head there.
happy to
Right there.
answer.
Nick says Kden Live, if the best free editing software, in my opinion. There you have it. And I'll say again, they need to nuke Circus from orbit. That place is nasty.
Jennifer Whitewolf, yes, I saw the corn chowder discussion about dinner. I absolutely would love the recipe. Please send it to me, or send it to me on Facebook, or send it
Sounds
with
yummy.
a carrier pigeon. It sounded delicious. Absolutely love
Yeah,
it.
send a carrier pigeon. Then I can also eat the pigeon.
Why do you even eat the pigeon?
To add to the corn chowder.
You're weird.
Toolman Makita says you should make a video of all tool rankings of all brands. Do you have any idea how long that video would be? Ranking all tools and all brands. I did one ranking every single cordless half-inch drill driver, and the video is an hour long for one tool brand, one tool set. That's why I'm kind of doing the good, better, best series, where I've been going through and basically giving an overview of what I think about each brand.
Fred Hill had a good suggestion. He says, stay at Sam's. They have an hourly buses to the strip. I would say, I don't know if they're still that sounds cool. I would just say, make sure that you check and confirm, because Vegas, just like everywhere, has had a lot of changes, and they're still going through changes. There's a lot of mask requirements where there didn't used to be mask requirements.
Yeah, they used to get really touchy if you wore a mask at one of the casinos. Go figure.
Something about robbing them. I don't know. So I would just say, make sure that if you are planning to do something in Vegas, just call and confirm. I'm sure that they're getting questions from a lot of people about a lot of changes. And it would be a super bummer if you booked a room at Sam's and they were no longer offering that.
That's some really good nail polish.
Remover.
Mike asks, what's your opinion on the Bauer cordless side grinder? I've not used it, but I've heard good things about it. I wish I should probably pick one up. Keith asks, DeWalt DWS 779, just bought one for $350, and it's the one with all the accessories. That's great. I've shared my opinion on the 779. I don't like to shout down or talk down something that somebody just bought. But anyway, so moving on. Toolman Makita says the ranking of all power tool companies.
Buffering.
Yeah, you see, but you got to rank them based on a qualifier, and that qualifier is going to always be at some level of bias. Fred says you're right. 1 to 3 amp hour is not enough. It really isn't for those kind of tools. For a drill driver and impact, it's fine. For a sander or for a router or for even for the recip, we used the 3 amp hour on the recip, and that we had to, chain batteries, one right after the other. Carson's Exploring Channel in the house. Any update on the brushless tools with the Bauer line? Yep, I got some info, and there's going to be a video coming out, and it's going to be not this whole next week is all going to be made in the USA video, so it's going to be the week after, probably going to be the 7th or the 8th. I'll have it, so I got to hold off till then.
Hey, Grimmage.
PT says USGS maps for the win. Oh yeah, I use those all the time. Joe Smith and Friends said Joe will donate land for you to build a shop in Northwest Arkansas. Other than the fact that I'm here, they got gators in Arkansas these days. Probably not Northwest, but still gators. Probably have meth gators at that. Tennessee has meth gators. You never know.
Hey, Duncan, can you take Bella out, honey?
Barbecue 76 says every week there are barbecue questions. I spend a lot of time at Link here. It's not my site, but it's a good one. More because of character limits. Throttle Power says an easy to use and free video editor without watermark is OpenShot. That's what I'm using, and I'm not the smartest. LOL. Jan says he sent you his favorite meatloaf recipe.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you so much. 148 thumbs up. So we're 2 away from 150.
Wow.
Take the dog outside, honey.
She didn't want to go outside.
Go outside. She'll go with you.
It's raining. She literally.
She stops at the door and.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I think she probably wants dinner, maybe?
She wants to go outside, but she can't go outside.
Okay. The Friday comments that Yellowstone is open. It is open, and apparently it's packed. All the tourist stuff these days is packed. Joe Smith says, now be polite to your wife or Joe will ban you. And Paul says, whoa, I would beware. That was quite the stick eye you just got hit with. At this point in my life, married this long. What is it, like something like 2 or 3 epochs? I'm used to it. Princess Jamie says, I will be in Helena when it happens, but come visit as I have no problem driving up to Helena. We were almost in Helena the other day.
I think she was saying she'd drive towards the ocean.
Dad, we're buffering.
Oh. We're always buffering.
We are the
That's my
buffering.
secret. I'm always buffering.
We're black.
Barbecue 76. Go to that forum, and all the other members can go much further in depth of barbecue questions. It's the virtual Weber, but we talk and help all barbecue brands and questions more. And Zafio says, why has nobody mentioned Microsoft Video Editor? Because there is no such thing in it.
Wait, what are you talking
You can find
about?
older versions of it, but they discontinued it.
Why?
Good question. I'm sure a lot of us would love to hear their answer. All right, I'm a little behind, so we're going to play some catch-up real quick. Juan says, thoughts on Craftsman Flex Head that locks ratcheting wrenches from Lowe's. Seems like they're being discontinued in my local... I haven't heard about those in particular. I have to say I'm not a fan of the new Craftsman in any way, shape, or form. Fred says, Colorado is open. Coronavirus is down here in Colorado. The last 2 nights I thought broomstick fire was going off, but I guess it's cherry bombs or M80s. I know, I have that thought too.
Hey, we hit 156 viewers.
Woohoo! Likes.
230.
That means Daughter Raw has to dance. Steve, make it happen. Princess Jamie says, a lot of tools from Northern Tool is made in India as well. My experience with India was food poisoning. Oh, that sucks. I'm kind of jealous about going to India. The Brute, $2. A long video ranking 2x72 belt sanders. That's an excellent idea. Write that down on the list.
2x2 what?
Belt sanders video.
2 times 2.
72.
That's a 7. 72.
That's a Z by ZZ.
2x72 belt.
And instead of the bell, we're going to use the dinging bell. We're going to use the cowbell. Thank you, sir. And let's see here. Fred says Indian back in the 20s or 30s almost bankrupted Harley on copyright. Blind Toolman says glass elevators mess with the blind.
Yeah.
And Tony says, yes, Jeff, DaVinci Resolve takes a ton of processing horsepower.
Buffering again.
Oh, Barbecue 76,
Yes.
give us more money.
Barbecue says, one more like and Bear walks like an Egyptian.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
No, he doesn't like the bell.
His wife doesn't like the bell.
His wife doesn't like the bell. That's a good solution for the
pills.
No, don't do that. Fracture all my Advil.
Pills not needed.
Actually, is that aspirin?
I don't know.
Anyway, this is as Egyptian as I get.
What?
If I stand up, they won't be able to see me. Props on the many hard problems you were fielding. Thank you very much, Michael. And Frank says, where's the westward hoe?
Ouch. Oh.
Is it still a thing?
Yeah, it's in West Yellowstone.
Is that where we stayed?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I remember that was so cold. That's why I warned people. Mid-August. Literally freezing cold. Like woke up to a hard frost.
What I will say though is they also have a really great like it's almost like a 5 and dime, and you can find really unattractive, very cheap warm clothing. Like totally not flattering. So Bella is super excited that she went outside. Duncan?
Fred Hill says Lexus reminds him of Star Trek. Star Trek? The Lexus minivan? No, what? Wait, there's no Lexus minivan. The Toyota minivan, the mid-engine minivan, that reminded me of Star Trek. And Zephyr says live stream cut out on me for a second.
Yep.
Yeah, weather and high winds. I'm looking right now, and we're getting really high winds.
Yeah.
And are we still live? Okay, I think we're live. I thought it just cut us out completely there for a second. Craftsman says, I've committed before about the Johnson with rusted bolts. I did all said and it worked. Thanks so much. Or commented before. Yay. That's awesome. Barbecue 76 says there are recipes, how to, and much more. He gives us the link to the barbecue page that he goes to. Sorry, not spamming you. That's just where I and others there have time to help. Really can't be in your live streams. I totally understand that. And Fred Hill says, I want to get a pellet grill. I hear a lot of people love those things. Or pellet smoker, I should say. Fred Hill says, can you believe MGM owns Circus Circus? To be honest, there's like 4 casinos that own like 80% of the properties. It's ridiculous. Gramute says, I'm done. Got to go home tomorrow. Gramute said, was Gramute here before? I missed him.
I said hello because he was here earlier. You were talking. You were distracted.
Zephiel says, tell your listeners to hit a thumbs up or down. Thumbs up, thumbs down, sideways if you want. Whatever your freaky thing is.
Monster Baby 68 says, love your vids. Hello from Alabama. Hello.
Howdy.
If you do at the Den of Tools, we'll make sure to see it. I do try to sort of proofread and see the ones that maybe you might not see. But if you say something and we don't read your comment, it's one of 2 things. I think we're down. Unable to chat. Are we...